Time now for Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WOCO Stereo FM.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Saskatchewan, and Anderson, the NAW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and Woods Piggly Wiggly. Also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing.
Hello and welcome to Homer Stryker Field here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. My name is Dylan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, and welcome to the Bullfrogs pregame show. The Frogs have traveled out for a 4-game road trip to take on the Kalamazoo Growlers for 2 games, and then they'll go up I-95 to take on the Battle Creek Bombers for 2. The Bullfrogs coming off a loss to the Bombers last night, where they were never really in the game. They lose that one 10-5. Losing pitcher of the night for the Bullfrogs, Will Gilbert. The Frogs would make the game interesting as they would go down 7-0 and respond with a 5-run bottom of the 6th inning, highlighted by a grand slam from Bullfrogs' own Dan Leckie. It was Leckie's first home run of the season, and it was the most grand of them all. A grand salami of the left field wall, the first of the season for the Bullfrogs, and it put the Bullfrogs within 2. However, that very next inning, the Battle Creek Bombers would put up 3 runs on the board, and neither team would score again. That final score, 10-5. They were swept by the Battle Creek Bombers at home, as the game, or rather the day before that, and I guess it would have been the game before that as well, the Bombers would come away with a 12-8 victory. That game, the Bullfrogs right in it as well, as they would find themselves very close to coming back in that one. In fact, they put the tying run on deck, but could never put them at bat, and they lose that one 12-8. Starting pitchers tonight for both teams. Michael Bolke will be out there tonight for the Bullfrogs. And for the Kalamazoo Growlers, it will be Tyler Drabick. Let's give you your scores and, of course, schedules for around the leagues. Of course, there is actually one final today, as the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors and the Kenosha Kingfish had a doubleheader. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors beat the Kenosha Kingfish 3-0. The Wilmer Stingers, they're currently in a pregame against the La Crosse Loggers. The Eau Claire Express are in Bismarck taking on the Larks. The Wisconsin Rapids and the Kenosha Kingfish facing off again at 6:35 for Game 2 of that doubleheader. The Battle Creek Bombers in Fond du Lac taking on the Dock Spiders. The Madison Mallards are in Wausau taking on the Wisconsin Woodchucks. The Mankato Moondogs, they're in Duluth taking on the Huskies. The Thunder Bay Border Cats in Waterloo taking on the Bucks. The Rockford Rivets in Mequon taking on the Lakeshore Chinooks. The St. Cloud Rocks are at Rochester taking on the Hawkers. And, of course, the Green Bay Bullfrogs traveled out here to Homer Stryker Field to face off against the Kalamazoo Growlers. We'll go through last night's scores real quick before we give you your starting lineups for both teams. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors beat the Kenosha Kingfish 3-0. That game earlier today, of course. The Mankato Moondogs, they beat the Thunder Bay Border Cats 11-2. The La Crosse Loggers lose to the Eau Claire Express 1-4. The Bucks lose to the Stingers 4-11. The Bombers beat the Bullfrogs last night 10-5. The Larks, they beat the Hawkers 4-0. The Kingfish beat the Woodchucks 5-4. The Chinooks beat the Dock Spiders 11-2. The Raptors beat the Mallards 5-2, and the Duluth Huskies beat the St. Cloud Rocks 6-0. We'll give you your lineups for the opposing team in the Kalamazoo Growlers. Michael Diffley, the second baseman, will lead things off for the Growlers. Jack Duffy will follow him up, the right fielder. Connor Hollis, the shortstop, will be batting third. Matt Kohler will be the cleanup hitter for the Growlers tonight. He's playing left field as well. Andrew Huff is the third baseman tonight and batting fifth. Batting sixth will be Jason Sullivan, the designated hitter. Jeff Rydell's the center fielder, batting seventh. Mitch Brigris is the first baseman. He's batting eighth, and Ryan Orr's in the 9-hole, playing catcher. Starting pitcher again for the Kalamazoo Growlers, Tyler Drabick. And the lineups for your Green Bay Bullfrogs. Alonzo Jones, the center fielder, he's leading things out of Vanderbilt. Willie Bourbon out of Northwestern's batting second and is the designated hitter tonight. Mikey Falia is the left fielder, batting third out of UC Irvine. Alex Penner, the Scottsdale Community College product, will be playing first base and the cleanup hitter. Finds himself back in the lineup after sitting out last night. Kyle Benio's out in right field. Dan Leckie, the third baseman tonight for the Bullfrogs. He's batting sixth. Of course, last night managed the grand slam. Ben Hart's the second baseman on the night. Trent Bauer, he's the catcher. Finds himself back in the lineup. Last time that he was in a game was at this stadium against the Kalamazoo Growlers, in fact. Richie Tecco, he's the 9-hole hitter and the shortstop. And that's your lineup for the Green Bay Bullfrogs. Michael Bolke out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Bolke coming into the game for the Frogs with a 1-1 record and a 3.46 ERA. Umpires for the night, Colin Hart's over at first base, Ty Unthink over at third base, and Jaden Sabin is the home plate umpire. After the national anthem, I was able to meet up with Richie Tecco, the shortstop for the Bullfrogs, and talk about his time in Green Bay, what Rider University is like, and what he plans to bring back to Rider University, and of course his thoughts on the Northwoods League season and what it's like to play day in and day out. First pitches have been thrown, and it's time for the national anthem. Stay tuned for the second half of the pregame show. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site. Whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines, they'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service, Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I was able to meet up with Richie Tecco before the game to talk about his time in Green Bay. Have a listen. Having some technical difficulties here trying to get that interview from Richie Tecco to play. Trying one more time for you before we give it up. For you, you've been around for a little bit of time now. How do you like it?
It's definitely a good experience. I'm still trying to get the hang of things, but it's not bad. I'm enjoying my time.
With that being said, the Northwoods League, a day in and day out kind of season. Have you ever been a part of anything like the Northwoods League where it's just nonstop play?
No, I have not. It's certainly a grind every day, waking yourself up, getting something to eat, working out, going to play baseball. It's the first time for me.
Do you like it?
I like it. It's a lot, but I do like it. I came here for a reason to play baseball. So
you just finished up your sophomore year at Rider University. How do you like Rider?
I like Rider. It's small. It's only like an hour away from home. I like the coaches, my teammates. Good school, real good school too. So everything fits perfect for me.
So what are you working on here this summer to bring back to Rider next year and improve on?
Definitely, I'm working on my offense, my approach, my swing, seeing better pitching, things like that.
All right, well, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
So that was Richie Tecco, of course, shortstop for the Green Bay Bullfrogs. He's really become the day in and day out shortstop after joining the team a bit late. Leading things off here, the Bullfrogs will be, and there must have been a change in the lineup, as that is Troy Johnston. Out there on the mound, it was supposed to be Alonzo Jones. I don't know if possibly that was a mistake. The lineup must have gotten changed before the game started. On the lineup card, it's Alonzo Jones, but it's Troy Johnston out there leading things off for the Bullfrogs. Bit head scratching to start the game. He watches one go by for a strike, another one comes in, but that one misses. And so a 1-1 count here with no outs on the board. Trying to get an answer on why Alonzo Jones is not the leadoff man. But we'll have to figure it out. Nonetheless, Troy Johnson swings at the first. He sees it's a grounder right side. That gets past the first baseman, down the first base line, all the way into the outfield. A base hit to start things off for Troy Johnston. So Alonzo Jones scratched, I'm assuming, and Troy Johnston will be the leadoff man now. He'll be the center fielder. I noticed Alonzo Jones did not have a hat on or a helmet during the national anthem or anything among those times, or of course right before the national anthem. It didn't look like he was going to play. And then sure enough, he's not. Willie Bourbon's the designated hitter today for the Bullfrogs. The left-handed hitter out of Northwestern digs in and watches a fastball go by wide, 1-0. So it's a base hit to start things off here in Kalamazoo. Tyler Drabick out on the mound, deals in the 1-0. Check swing, it's wide. 2-0 count, Bourbon gets ahead. Tyler Drabick, the starting pitcher tonight for the Kalamazoo Growlers. Drabick on the season as 2-2. Has actually thrown a complete game this year in 7 starts. This will be his 8th. 2-0 delivery. Check swing. That one missed as well. Appealed to the third base umpire. He said, yep, went around. So strike one. A 2-1 count now. No outs on the board, a runner over at first. Willie Bourbon steps out, stretches, and kind of looks frustrated with himself for bringing the bat head around there, and now stands back in. 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think Willie Bourbon thought he had struck out there as he started to almost walk towards his dugout, and then takes a step out of the batter's box and now stands back in. Get 3 strikes in this league, Willie. We'll see if he can make the most of them as well. Tyler Drabick comes set, stares down Bourbon, kicks the leg, and sends in the 2-2. Check swing, that one wide as well. And so a full count here after the base hit from Troy Johnston. Still no final word on why Alonzo Jones not the leadoff man for the Bullfrogs. Troy Johnston always a normal center fielder for the Frogs before Alonzo Jones showed up. Has a great arm out there in the outfield for the Frogs this season. Guess we won't get the answer. Troy Johnston, nonetheless, got the most of the opportunity as he takes a lead from first. And the pitcher out on the mound, Tyler Drabick, worried about Troy Johnston. Throws over to him, he slides back in. Slow throws over to him again and slides back in again. So Drabick with a full count, no outs on the board. Bourbon awaits. Payoff. Runner off from first. Swung on. Line drive foul right side. Rolls all the way to the tarp out there on that right side. We'll redo the full count here. Just got underway here at Homer Stryker Field. For you all back in Green Bay, it might seem like an earlier start time, but your local time. 7:05 start. With it 7:10 currently. Payoff. Swung on. Blooper out into center, and that's the base hit. 2 in a row now for the Bullfrogs as they string together a couple here to lead things off. The Bullfrogs 2-0 in this stadium. The last time the Bullfrogs traveled out to Kalamazoo, they would manage the sweep. That 2-game series, including the 14-inning game. And that lasted all the way close to 12 midnight before the Bullfrogs would finally come away with the victory. Last time these two teams faced off, the game was suspended due to rain. got underway. We played about an inning and a half before the game was called. Mikey Falia, the left fielder, now digs in with runners at first and second. Drabick deals. It's a fastball and misses the zone. 1-0. Mikey Falia, the right-handed hitter out of UC Irvine, just finished up his freshman year where he would get just 11 at-bats. Here in the Northwoods League, making the most of his opportunities as he's batting well over 300 at this point. The 1-0. Shows bunt, but pulls it away. It's a breaking ball that runs way wide. 2-0 here. Notably, no pitch speed here at Homer Stryker Field, at least that I can see. Get grown accustomed to, of course, seeing the pitch speed and seeing what these guys can throw. It's almost quite enjoyable. With that being said, Tyler Drabick out of Kent State University, teammates with Connor Wallersheim. Of course, left-handed pitcher for the Bullfrogs. Drabick, the righty, deals in the 2-0. It's a fastball high and inside, and it's not a great start for Tyler Drabick. 2 straight hits to lead off the inning, and now he's down in the count 3-0 to Mikey Falia. Drabick this past season for Kent State, limited playing time. In fact, did not play at all. 3-0 pitch. That one's in there, lower outside corner. A 3-1 count now. Drabick stands in after finally throwing a strike in this at-bat. Alex Penner, the cleanup hitter, stands on deck for the Bullfrog. The 3-1. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back into the backstop. Backstop here at Kalamazoo, pretty big. The ball gets back there, it could be trouble. With that said, after Drabick goes down the count 3-0, he's managed 2 strikes now, so it's a full count. No outs on the board, runners at first and second. It's Bourbon and Johnston. The payoff pitch swung on, that one fouled back straight into that netting. And the count remains full. The Bullfrogs here in Kalamazoo taking on the Growlers. As mentioned, 3-0 on the season against this Growlers team. The season storyline is that these two teams have struggled the most. Overall records of 15-34 and 15-32. The Growlers with the better record of the two. Payoff pitch swung on, a liner to the short, the second baseman, and it's off of his glove. However, he's able to get the out at second because the liner was going straight to him. It bounces off of his glove and kind of dribbles out towards the outfield grass. Second baseman Michael Diffley hops up, goes in and picks it up and throws it to second, and beats out the runner in Willie Bourbon, who had started to run back to first because he thought it was going to be a line out. Probably will get awarded as a fielder's choice from Mikey Falia. And runners at first and third now for the cleanup hitter, and Alex Penner with an out on the board. Drabick deals. Swing and a miss from Penner. And it's an 0-1 count now. Alex Penner, the switch hitter, batting lefty here. Awaits the offering from Drabick. He stares him down. Now comes Seth. Throws back to first. Falia slides back in safely. Falia with the speed and ability to take off for second, but hasn't done so too many times this year. Kalamazoo Growlers coming off a loss to Rockford Rivets. Another throwback to first. Falia back safely again. And the Bullfrogs, of course, coming off the loss to the Battle Creek Bombers. A sweep, in fact. Drabick. The 0-1. Fastball wide, a 1-1 count now. 1 out on the board, runners at first and third. Chris Sabo over on the third base side for the Bullfrogs tonight. 3-time MLB All-Star. 1988 Rookie of the Year. Penner swings at the 1-1. It's a bouncing foul ball right side over towards the cameraman, who tries to make a barehanded grab on it, but unsuccessful. Gonna have to put him through some ground ball drills later tonight. Got to make those play. A 1-2 count now after the foul off. Another throw back to first, and Falia back safely again. Bullfrogs, last time they were here in Kalamazoo, were much more aggressive than they have been against other teams. I think that's why they came away with the victory. A 1-2 count. The dish. It's a breaking ball wide, and it evens the count up 2-2. Drabick having a little trouble finding the zone here early. He's been a good starter for the Growlers this season. A 4.26 ERA, has walked just 9 to 19 strikeouts. 2-2. Fastball wide and in the dirt, and just like that, another full count. 38 innings pitched. I mean, that's got to be up there close to top of the league. You've only seen so many guys here in the Northwoods League that have stuck around long enough to have more than 7 start. This is Drabick's 8th. Payoff. Fastball low in the dirt. Bases juice now as Alex Pinner works the walk. Pinner on the season coming into the series against the Battle Creek Bombers was actually ranked 7th or rather 6th in all of the Northwoods League with base on balls. So a solid job of working the walks. And the pitching coach for the Growlers, Gage Rogers, comes out to have a word with his right-handed hurler out of Kent State. Of course, he's in a bind here early. We're in the top of the first inning. The bases are loaded. There's one out on the board, and due up is the Bullfrogs' lone representative that went to Wausau, and Kyle Bigno. Of course, Wausau, home of the All-Star game this year, and the Home Run Derby. That's why Kyle Bigno got the invite. Managed 4 home runs around the picking of the players to attend. However, has not had a home run since he was announced to that Home Run Derby. Haston had one in the second half of the season, in fact, and we're 13 games in, this being the 14th. So Bigno, the right-handed hitter out of Youngstown State, digs in. This past season for Youngstown State would have his struggle, batting around just 200. Takes a big swing at the first pitch he sees and misses 0-1. Talk about not hitting a home run in the second half of the season. He was looking for one there. So Alex Pinner over at first takes a lead. Falia does at second, and Johnston does at third. There's just an out on board. Drabick deals in the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And ahead in the count for the first time tonight, 0-2. Tyler Drabick out of North Canton, Ohio. Not completely too far from here compared to some of these guys that have been all over the place. Kyle Bigno, an Ohio guy himself from Austintown. He digs in. The 0-2 pitch to him. Fastball, but it runs high about chest level where there's no lettering across the chest on the Green Bay Bullfrogs uniform, just their logo. The lone team in the league to not have any words etched across the chest. The 1-2. Swung on, a slow grounder to short. Throw to second in time. Throw to first, not in there. An RBI for Kyle Bigno, and the Bullfrogs take a 1-0 lead. It'll be a fielder's choice off the bat of Bigno, and it'll be Troy Johnston who comes across to score. It's a slow grounder, just about a 60-footer into the infield grass over by the shortstop Connor Hollis. The run forward, scoops it up, throws it to Michael Diffley at second, getting the runner in Alex Pinner. But the throw to first is not in time. Mitch Bigris can't stretch out for it. And there's runners on the corners now with 2 outs on the board, and Dan Leckie digs in. Leckie watches the first one go by high for a ball, a fastball off of Tyler Drabick, and out on the board. And that was exactly what Tyler Drabick was trying to draw up there. Nearly a double play ball. Would have got him out of the inning unscathed, but because Bigno didn't get all of it, I think it's the reason he stands over at first. A 1-0 pitch high and inside, a 2-0 count now. I mean, if he hits that ball any harder, it's likely going to be a double play, but kind of hits it with his purse, barely gets, in fact, never gets out of the infield grass. 2-0. Fastball, that's in there. 2-1. It almost looked like Bigno was just trying to make contact with it. I mentioned that he was really swinging for the fences those first 2 swings, but not so much on the last one. gets himself an RBI for it as well. The 2-1. Swung on and fouled off the end of the bat. Evens up the count. Deuce is wild. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board and 2 runners on first and third. Mike Ramazzotti over on the first base side. The first base coach for the Bullfrogs out of San Diego. Lucky stands in and awaits. Right-handed batter out of Lafayette. Check swing at the 2-2. Did he go around? No. That one was low in the dirt inside. Lucky thought about it. But it's another full count, the third of the inning. And Lucky last night for the Bullfrogs launched a grand slam. His first home run of the season. And first grand slam of the season for the Bullfrogs. They had been on the wrong side, I should say, of the most grand home run of them all. But last night they managed one of their own, however, would fall to the Bombers 10-5. Payoff pitch. Swung on, grounded left side, where Chris Sabo, the third base coach, makes the barehanded grab. Throws it over to Tyler Drabick back on the mound, and sure he kind of feels good about himself. That's one of the first ones he's completed. Of course, the 3-time All-Star, not going to say he's lost it, but he's missed out on some barehanded plays over there. Tyler Drabick comes set, deals in the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tyler Drabick gets a round of applause from a very crowded Homer Stryker field, and much so. And one time the base is loaded with just an out, but gets out of it, leaving 2 stranded. But one comes across for the Bullfrogs. They lead 1-0 after the top of the first. Stay tuned for the bottom half. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just $0.01 each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here. Michael Bolke out on the mound, dealing things for the Bullfrogs tonight. Michael Bolke on the season for the Frogs has pitched very well. The right-handed pitcher out of Bethel University, 1-1 on the season. His last time out would pitch 8 complete innings and allow just 1 earned run. He would allow would walk nobody the entire game, allow just 6 hits, and would also manage a few strikeouts as well. On the season, posting a 3.41 ERA, 15 strikeouts to just 6 walks. The righty really feeling things out on the mound here recently. Came into Green Bay as a relief pitcher, but has moved into a starting role, and as I just mentioned, is moving into it well. This is his 4th start of the season, and leading things off for the Kalamazoo Growlers will be Michael Diffley, the second baseman. Jack Duffy stands on deck for the Bears, and Connor Hollis, the shortstop, is in the hole. Michael Diffley, the right-handed hitter, stands in. Diffley out of San Diego State, the sophomore. Our first pitch to him is a fastball that clips the outside corner. 0-1. As mentioned right before the break, a packed house here at Homer Stryker Field. A near sellout. If a sellout might be as well. I mean, these stands are packed. Of course, open seats here and there, but if you look out into the picnic area on the left side, I mean, it is absolutely packed. 1-1 pitch. That one runs wide. 2-1. Have yet to take my daily video of the stands as I do. Going to have to do that once everyone finds their seats. A 2-1 pitch is swung on, a skyrocketed pop-up into shallow right field. Troy Johnston underneath of it makes the grab. And there's an out on the board. Kyle Bino, the right fielder out of Youngstown State. Last night for the Bullfrogs, had 2 errors out left field. You got to think he's kind of starting to feel a little uncomfortable out there. Of course, not because he can't do it. I mean, the guy's a college outfielder. He can manage to catch fly balls, but last night dropped 2 of them. You got to think that kind of gets to his head. So after the fly out from Michael Diffley, Jack Duffy, the right fielder, digs in. Jack Duffy watches the first one go by high for a ball, a 1-0 count. Wolke, the right-handed pitcher out of Bethel, kicks the leg, the 1-0. Fastball inside, 2-0. Troy Johnston runs over kind of in Kyle Bino's territory to grab that one. And they kind of exchange words. I'm curious as to what they would have been said. And hopefully it was, of course, in good context. Troy Johnston, I doubt would say anything negative to anybody. The guy's a pretty stand-up guy. He kind of cut off Kyle Bino en route to that one. One goes by for strike after the 2-0 pitch. And the 2-1 comes in. That one swung on and fouled back straight to the backstop. And so we're all even up 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's an out on the board after the Michael Diffley fly ball out into center field. And the Bullfrogs have a 1-0 lead. Kyle Bino hits a fielder's choice RBI that scored Troy Johnston. 2-2. Swung on. That's a pop-up in the infield. Tracking back is Ben Hart. Troy Johnston calls him off, though, and he gets underneath that one as well. Troy Johnston with 2 put-outs out there in the center field, and there's 2 away now. Michael Bulkey fitting right back, or I should say finding his ways as he did back in Lakeshore. His last time out in Mequon, would not get the loss. Would pitch 8 complete innings in a game where he allowed just 1 run to come by the entire game. Bullfrogs would fall in the bottom of the 9th inning off of a 2-run home run, however. First pitch into the new batter, Connor Hollis, is a fastball that just clips the outside lower portion, 0-1. A tough loss for the Bullfrogs. They would come back home and grab a victory over that Lakeshore Chinooks team their next time out, however. 0-1. Breaking ball that misses way high. 1-1. Notably for the Bullfrogs, behind the plate tonight is Trent Bauer. The catcher re-signed to the team after having a temporary contract way back at the beginning of the season. In fact, his last time he played baseball for the Green Bay Bullfrogs was at this stadium, where he recorded 1 hit, his lone hit of the year. Another one goes in for a ball, and the 2-1 pitch comes in. Swung on, found away right side past the grandstands, or rather no, into the grandstands where a fan makes the grab and gets a round of applause from the crowd here. So evens it up now after the foul off as Bulkey's looking to make it a 1-2-3 inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Slight breeze from right to left field shouldn't affect the play at all. 2-2. Fastball wide, a full count now. The dimensions here, 306 in left, 400 in center, and 315 out in right. A little shorter out in left field as there's a little beer garden that sits out there. Payoff pitch, that one runs high, and it's the first runner that Michael Bulkey has walked in 8 innings. So runner at first now with Connor Hollis after he worked the walk, and Matt Kohler, the left fielder, will dig in. Left-handed hitter stands in. He's out of Western Carolina. Last season for the Catamounts would bat .303. First pitch he sees, a fastball that runs inside, 1-0. Kohler on the season batting .246 for the Growlers. The 1-0, that one's in there for a strike as well, 1-1. The Bullfrogs have lost 7 of their last 10, but Their last 2 losses are the only 2 of those 7 that really the Bullfrogs were never in the game. The 1-1 pitch is swung on. A slow grounder to Ben Hart at second. Easily picks it up. Sidearm to first in time. And that will do it for the first inning. Michael Bulkey leaves one stranded over at first. That's the runner that he walked. And that'll do it for the first. Stay tuned for the second. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned. Frogs lead 1-0.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960, specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dolan, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dolan at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Top of the second inning, about to get underway, where the Bullfrogs lead 1-0. Ben Hart digs in, and Tyler Drabick, wasting no time, deals one in. It's a line drive into right field, a base hit for Ben Hart, the third of the game for the Bullfrogs. Ben Hart wasting no time here in the top of the second. In fact, the promotion still going on around the stands. That was what all the commotion was about in the background. Drabick, he wasn't going to wait for anybody. Dealt one in, and Ben Hart, he says, I don't mind the noise. Lines one out into right field. Third hit of the game, first of the game for Ben Hart, of course, as we're here in the top of the second. That'll bring up the 8-hole hitter in Trent Bauer. The catcher playing on a permanent contract now after starting the year out on a temporary one. Watches one go by high for a strike, 0-1. Just clips that upper portion. Trent Bauer comes into the game out of Ellsworth Community College. He's a Green Bay local. Drabick deals in the 0-1. Fastball that runs wide, a 1-1 count now. Trent Bauer on the season, or I don't even know if I should call it the season. Of course, back on his temporary contract back in the first half of the year. Played in just 4 games. He would register 1 hit, 1 run, and an RBI. The 1-1 pitch, and that one misses as well. A 2-1 count now. Trent Bauer, as mentioned, his last time he played was here at Kalamazoo back on June 8th, which seems like an eternity ago. Where he went 1 for 3 with a run, scored a double and an RBI. His lone hit of his career as a Bullfrog. The freshman digs back in. And the 2-1 pitch from the right-handed pitcher, Drabick, comes in. Swing and a miss. Evens the count up 2-2 now. Runner at first, and Ben Hart takes a lead. Bauer waves the bat around and awaits the 2-2. Fastball wide, a full count now. Trent Bauer, the left-handed hitter this past season at Ellsworth Community College, wouldn't have too bad of a year whatsoever. With that 272 with 3 home runs. Payoff pitch comes wide for a strikeout. Runner takes off from first, slides in safely. Strike him out and a near throw him out, but Ben Hart slides in safely, grabbing himself a stolen base. Hart hasn't taken off for a second all that many times this season. In fact, with just 5 stolen bases coming into the game, make that 6 on the year. So Trent Bauer goes down swinging, or rather did not go down swinging. My apologies, it was a fastball high and tight. So down to the 9 hole. Richie Tecco, the shortstop, digs in. First pitch to him. Fastball. Shows bunt, but hits him square in the chest. That is not comfortable. Takes a couple steps out of the batter's box and now is on his hands and knees. I mean, that thing, he's got to lost all the breath that he would have had. He is struggling out there. That is very painful. They're calling the trainers now. Chris Sabo, Mike Ramazzotti's come over. I mean, it's a fastball square in the middle of the chest that hits him. He's able to walk a couple of steps before he's now on his knees. Not a pretty scene here in Green Bay. The trainers are coming out to the field. Ramazzotti's on one knee standing next to Richie Tecco. Mike Ramazzotti motioning to someone to come out there and help, but no one is going out to help him. Now a trainer has come out and is helping Tecco out, and he's really struggling. Not completely sure where exactly it hit him. It might have hit him in the face, in fact. In fact, it did. So it doesn't hit him in the chest. It hits him square in the face and turned his body all the way around to come around and bunt. And the fastball hits him right in the cheekbone. He's going to have a black eye tomorrow. He's standing up now. Looks better. Of course, I was able to meet up with him before the game. He talked about how much he enjoyed playing summer ball here in the Northwoods League, like the grind. Receiving an applause from the crowd now as he's still being treated by the trainer, but he's on his feet at least. I thought that hit him in the chest, but it must have clipped him in the face. Nose might be bleeding as well. Hopefully he doesn't break any bones. Don't know how long the play will be stopped for here. That's why I don't want to go to commercial break, but the Bullfrogs had a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. There's an out on the board as Trent Bauer would go down swinging. Ben Hart would take off for second base and slide in safely. And Richie Tecco, going back to the dugout now, receives another applause from the crowd. His day might be done. He's got a tissue up his nose. Nose is definitely bleeding. He's definitely in pain. You hate to see that for Richie Tecco. Great defensive shortstop for the Bullfrogs. And so it'll likely be Riley Smith who will play for him now. Riley Smith, the second baseman for the Bullfrogs, has played a couple of games at shortstop for the Frogs this season. Nobody has taken his spot over at first. Or rather, no, that makes more sense. That's what happened. It hit, he squared around to bunt. The fastball hit the bat, and it came right back up and hit him in the face. And so Riley Smith will dig in with an 0-1 count after the foul off of the bat. My apologies. So it's a foul tip that nicks him in the eye. 0-1 pitch runs inside for a ball, a 1-1 count, or rather the nose. Lower left side of his face. Either way, very painful. But Tecco took it like a champ. He's in the dugout now, and Smith is dug in. Riley Smith out of the University of Minnesota. The 1-1. It's a breaking ball that misses high. A 2-1 count now. One out on the board and a runner at second, and Ben Hart got over there off of the stolen base on the backwards K from Trent Bauer. The 2-1. Swung on, grounded right side. First baseman has it. The throw back to Drabick. who runs over and tags the bag, beating out Riley Smith. Out number 2. Ben Hart is able to move over to third base on it. And we're back up to the top of the lineup as Troy Johnston, the center fielder, digs in. So a 3-1 out puts the second out on the board. And Troy Johnston, the center fielder, digs in. Johnston, the left-handed hitter out of Gonzaga, awaits. Drabick wasting no time, deals one in. Fastball wide, 1-0. Johnson stands back in. Drabick comes set. Rocks back, sends in the 1-0. Fastball and misses low, 2-0 now. Tyler Drabick out of Kent State University. Of course, Connor Wallershine, a Kent State pitcher as well. There's a couple of Kent State guys in the Northwoods League. 2-1. Swung on. Fly ball deep to left center. Tracking back is Matt Kohler at the warning track, and it hits off the wall. It'll be a stand-up double for Troy Johnston and an RBI as well as the Bullfrogs take a 2-0 lead, and Ben Hart comes across to score for the Bullfrogs. Troy Johnston 2 for 2 on the day now with a single and now an RBI double. Absolutely launches one out in there to left center. Hits the CW7 news sign out there in left field. Square in the middle of the wall. A little bit more and she's out of here. Troy Johnston will take it though as the Bullfrogs take a 2-0 lead here early in the second inning. Willie Bourbon, the designated hitter, digs in. He managed a base hit in the first as well. The first pitch to him is a fastball that runs wide, a 1-0 count. Drabick checks the runner at second, the 1-0. Swung on the way right side. And the 1-1 count now. So I mentioned that all these pitchers from Kent State in the Northwoods League, they're normally pretty good pitchers as well. I've been impressed with all of them. They all bring a certain style to the mound as well that I'm a big fan of. 1-1 pitch, swung on, skyrocketed pop-up, foul territory. Right side over by the cameraman. The third baseman can't make the grab. It's just out of play. Andrew Huff running over to try to grab that one on the left side, but can't put the mitt on it, and it's a 1-2 count. What all these Kent State guys bring to the mound is their quick pace of play. It must be something that the Golden Flashes teach their hurlers, as you don't really see it from too many guys. It's kind of a thing where once the batter comes set, I mean, he's dealing to you right away. The 1-2 swung on. That one fouled away left side into the kid zone that sits just beyond this left side of the stadium. Count remains 1-2. Willie Bourbon fighting to stay alive here. The designated hitter tonight. Normally a first baseman for the Bullfrogs. Bourbon out of Riverwoods, Illinois. And the sophomore stands in and awaits. Left-handed hitter. And Tyler Drabick deals in the 1-1. Swung on. A fly ball in right field. Tracking over is Jack Duffy. Skyrocketed fly ball. Jack Duffy managing to cover enough ground as it stays in the air too long to get underneath of it and make the play. That will do it for the top of the second inning. The Bullfrogs played a run off of an RBI double from Troy Johnston. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
We've heard it time and time again. You want local loan decisions and servicing, faster turnaround, and answers to your questions handled right here in Oconto. At the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, we've got all of those bases covered, from local loan decisions and on-time closings to great rates and fair terms. Visit me, Bob Schwartz, at the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. I've helped many people, and now I'd like to help you with your next loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here, bottom of the second inning, about to get underway. The Bullfrogs have a 2-0 lead over the Kalamazoo Growlers off of 4 hits. Michael Bolke still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs, the right-handed pitcher out of Bethel University. Digging in for the Growlers will be Andrew Huff, the third baseman. Jason Sullivan's on deck and Jeff Rydell in the hole. The first pitch to Andrew Huff is a fastball that runs wide, or rather just clips the outside corner. My apologies. 0-1. Michael Bolke rocks back, sends in the 0-1. Swung on, a slicer to the second baseman Hart, and it pops off of his glove. That'll be an E4 as Huff scampers past the first base bag safely. It's a slicing ball towards Ben Hart at second. Bounces right at his feet. Hit hard, so it's not the easiest play for Ben Hart. But when he puts his glove down to grab it, he put it down just a little bit too confidently, picked it back up without the ball. It stayed on the ground, and the runner gets on over at first. Jason Sullivan, the designated hitter, digs in. He watches one go by for a ball wide, 1-0. So another runner on, this time due to an error. And Sullivan swings at the 1-0 pitch and fouls it back right side into the stands on this right side. And I think a lady was actually hit by that foul ball. Hopefully she's all right, as baseball's here really putting it on the fans here. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled away right side. 1-2. Crowd has gathered around the lady on the right side of the grandstands now. I think she's actually injured. I hate to see that, especially everyone out here at Homer Stryker Field just trying to have a good time. The wrong place at the right time. 1-2 swung on, grounded to Smith at second, underhand to second in time, throw to first, in there. 6-4-3 double play, and the Bullfrogs put 2 away. It's a ground ball to the shortstop, Riley Smith, who scooped it up, gave an underhand toss to Ben Hart at second, who launched a rocket to first, and just like that, nobody on after the double play. Jeff Riedel, the center fielder, now digs in. Riedel, the right-handed hitter, awaits. First pitch to him. Swung on and sliced away into the grandstands. That time, everybody okay. 0-1. Jeff Riedel out of Michigan, Cokeville, Michigan, in fact. Plays for Ball State University. This past season would bat .284. The 0-1 pitch, so one gone and missed. Bolke ahead in the count 0-2. Bolke continues to impress me out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. He's a guy that gets ahead in the count and lets his defense make plays behind him. The 0-2. Check swing, it's high. 1-2 now. Bolke comes set. Riedel awaits the 1-2 delivery. Fastball swung on, and Riedel just gets a piece of it. He fouls it back into the backstop fencing. As there's fence that goes all the way around, and then above the fencing is the netting, of course, that it saves the grandstand. It's a 1-2 count. The delivery. Fastball that runs way wide. Evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Packed house here at a Homer Striker Field. Superhero night. Most of the staff in their best superhero costumes. The party zone out in left field, absolutely packed. 2-2. Fastball. Does not find the zone, runs just inside. Michael Bolke was about 6 steps off of the mound. He thought that was in there. But it just misses inside. A full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board. Nobody on. Bottom of the second inning. Bullfrogs have a 2-0 lead. Payoff. Swung on. A line drive to right center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Right at the feet of Troy Johnston. Might have been able to dive in and make a play on that one. But instead, he likes to just let it stay in front of him and hold up the runner over at first. So a base hit for Jeff Riedel, and Mitch Biggis now stands in. Biggis on the season out of Boston College. Awaits. First pitch to him. Fastball. That finds the outside corner. 0-1. Biggis takes his lead over at first. Or rather, excuse me, Riedel takes the lead over at first. Bolke deals in the pitch. It runs low, and it's a 1-1 count now. There seems to be a car alarm going off in the parking lot that sits next to the stadium as well, and it's going to affect the players. It's distracting me even. It is blaring here. As Biggis watches the 1-1 go by for a strike, and a 1-2 count now. 2 outs on the board. Runner takes off from first. Swung on. Grounded to second. Hart has this one. The throw to first is low, but Alex Penner spins down and grabs it for the 3rd out. The Bullfrogs leave one stranded, and they retire the 2nd inning. 1 hit and 1 error. Frogs lead 2-0. Stay tuned for the 3rd. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at O'Connell Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get you results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today, 715-735-0583.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Striker Field, here home of the Kalamazoo Growlers. My name is Will Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Top of the 3rd inning, about to get underway. The Frogs have a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 3rd. Kyle Benya would play Troy Johnston to take the lead in the 1st, and then Troy Johnston, he would manage a RBI double that scored Ben Hart. Tyler Drabick out on the mound for the Kalamazoo Growlers, right-handed pitcher out of Kent State. Due up for the Bullfrogs here in the top of the 3rd will be Mikey Falia, Alex Penner, and Kyle Benya. Mikey Falia, the left fielder, his last time up would hit into a fielder's choice. And so he's 0 for 1 on the day. Falia digs in, and Tyler Drabick comes set. Wasting no time, sends in the first pitch of the inning. It's a fastball that runs low in the dirt, 1-0. Frogs lead here 2-0. One in the top of the first, one in the top of the second. Mikey Folia swings at the 1-0. It's a fly ball in right field. Running forwards, the right fielder, Jack Duffy, gets underneath of it and makes the grab. So Folia 0 for 2 on the day now after the fly out to right, and Alex Pinner, the first baseman, digs in. Pinner would work the walk his last time up. That back in the first inning. And the switch hitter batting lefty here digs in. First pitch to Alex Pinner, hits to the outside corner, 0-1. Drabick deals in the 0-1. Check swing, it's inside. To go around, yes he did. 0-2 now. Pinner goes down. Bullfrog on a loss, coming off of a loss against the Battle Creek Bombers. Growlers coming off of a loss against the Rockford Rivets. 0-2. Fastball that runs inside and hits off the leg of Alex Pinner. It hits him right in that right shin or so. It doesn't look like it hurts him too much. Oh, in fact, he had the shin guard on. I think it hit him right on the shin guard. Wears it for a reason and gets on base because of it. A hit by pitch and a runner on, and Kyle Bino, the right fielder, digs in. Bino would manage the fielder's RBIs last time up. A slow ground to short that was scored Troy Johnston. So Bino, the right-handed hitter out of Youngstown State, stands in. The first pitch to him, a fastball that runs inside, 1-0. Bino stands in. Drabick checks the runner and Pinner at first. Comes set, deals in the 1-0. Swung on, fly ball to left field. Tracking back to left fielder, can't make the play. Bounces off the warning track and hits the wall. And it's going to be a double for Kyle Bino. Moves Alex Pinner over to third. And 2 runners in scoring position at first and second. A hard hit frozen rope to left field, where left fielder Matt Kohler can't do anything but chase back. Tries to make a leaping grab on it, but there's no shot. So with an out on the board, Dan Leckie will dig in. Leckie, the third baseman, would strike out his last time up, leaving 2 stranded. First pitch to him. Fastball that swung on and missed. Chase that one out of the zone, 0-1. So Kyle Bino now 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Alex Pinner standing over at third after getting hit by a pitch, and there's an out on the board. Leckie swings at the 0-1 and misses at that one as well. An 0-2 count now. Dan Leckie last night would be named the Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game for the first time after managing a 2-for-4 day with a grand slam. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout for Tyler Drabick. And there's 2 outs on the board just like that. The second swinging K of the day from Dan Leckie. And Ben Hart, the second baseman, digs in. Ben Hart led off the second inning with a single. Stole second base and would eventually come around to score off of the Troy Johnston double. First pitch to him. Fastball. That's in there. 0-1. Drabick sends in the 0-1. Fastball swung on, a blooper to right. Right fielder diving in, makes the play. It's a blooper out into right field over the head of second baseman Michael Diffley. Jack Duffy, the right fielder out there, really not taking, or rather not playing that far deep into right field whatsoever. Manages to run forward and falling forward really more than diving, makes the play and leaves 2 runners stranded in scoring position. That will do it here for the third inning. or top of the third inning, that is. Stay tuned for the bottom half. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here, bottom of the third inning, about to get underway. The Bullfrogs have a 2-0 lead over the Kalamazoo Growlers. Due up for the Growlers will be Mitch Bigris, the first baseman. First pitch to him. Fastball high for a ball, 1-0. Staying on deck is the catcher Ryan Orr, or rather, no, excuse me. Bigris would end the second inning with the outs, and Ryan Orr, the catcher, is dug in. My apologies. Standing on deck is Michael Diffley, the second baseman. Bigris would end the second inning with a 4-3 putout. The 1-1 pitch is swung on. Ground ball over to first base. Alex Pinner scoops it up, runs over to first, and beats out the runner in a foot race for out number 1. So an unassisted out over at first. And there's one away. One hit on the day for the Kalamazoo Growlers. Michael Bolke continuing his good play that he had against the Lakeshore Chinooks the last time he was out on the mound. Of course, in that game, the Bullfrogs would lose 3-2. First pitch into the leadoff man, Michael Diffley. Fastball that just clips the outside lower portion, 0-1. Diffley takes a deep breath, now stands back in. Diffley, the sophomore out of San Diego State. The 0-1 swung on, line drive left field. That finds the gap between short and third. A base hit. Second hit on the day for the Kalamazoo Growlers. First of the night for Diffley. He's now 1 for 2. So Jack Duffy, the right fielder, digs in. His last time up would fly out to center field. Duffy, the freshman out of Missouri State, labeled a first-team All-American back in high school, as he would be ranked the 6th best prospect out of Missouri. Left-handed hitter stands in and awaits. First pitch to him. Fastball and then misses. About low and inside it looked like. 1-0. Duffy, the left-handed hitter, stands about just 5'10" or so. This past season for Missouri would bat .222 in 45 games. 1-0 pitch, swung on, a pop-up into shallow center field. Troy Johnson underneath of it makes the grab. 2 away. So after the pop-up, Connor Hollis, the shortstop, digs in. Hollis, his last time up, would work the walk and be stranded. Colin Hollis out of the University of Houston, the redshirt junior. Switch hitter batting, well, he's batting righty, so I guess not a switch hitter. On the roster, however, it was labeled that he did bat switch, but not today, it seems. Right-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher in Bolke, who throws back to first in a pickoff attempt, but the runner over there in Diffley slides back in safely. Hollis, a Texas guy through and through, of course, plays for Houston and grew up in Arlington, Texas. Launches the first one to go by high and inside for a ball, 1-0. This past season for Houston would have bat .266. A 1-0. Swung on. That one fouled back. Evens up the count. A ball and a strike. 2 outs on the board and a runner over at first. Would play in 62 games this past season. 30 RBIs. And 5 stolen bases. Would have a multi-hit game in the regionals games that Houston hosted. However, did not advance to the Super Regionals this past season in the tournament. The 1-1 pitch, that one's in there. Right over Broadway. Alice watched it go by. 1-2 now. Michael Diffley takes a lead over at first. Bolke gives him a long stare. Now comes set. The 1-2. Fastball inside. Hollis kind of scoots away from it. And evens up the count. 2-2 now. Great night for baseball here in Kalamazoo. Partly cloudy day. Cool temperatures about 78 degrees or so. 2-2. Swung on. Fly ball into left field. Mikey Falia against the beer garden makes the grab. About 5 feet away from getting out of play into the beer garden and left, and would have been a 2-run shot. A well-hit ball by Connor Hollis, but doesn't get enough of it. Falia just off of the beer garden. I mean, his hand nearly touched it as he reached out to make sure he was going to have enough room to make the grab. In fact, when he tracks back, he even gives a look to the beer garden to make sure he's going to have enough room. He does, makes the grab, and leaves a runner stranded. That will do it here for the third frame. Stay tuned for the fourth inning. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
It's the best time of the year to update your ride. NEW Credit Union's Super Summer Loan Sale. From July 10th to 28th, get super low rates as low as 2.49% annual percentage rate.
To jumpstart the big event, from July 10th to the 16th, you can find your perfect car, truck, or SUV from a selection brought in by trusted local dealers right to our credit union offices in Oconto Falls, Oconto, and Surrey. Compare them side by side, or you can also visit a participating dealer and see their expanded selection.
Call NEW Credit Union for details at 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Get up to 100% financing during the Super Summer Loan Sale.
Borrower must meet NEW Credit Union membership eligibility and creditworthy requirements. All loans subject to approval. Example of repayment would be a monthly payment of about $17.75 per $1,000 borrowed for 60 months. Federally insured by the NCUA. Super Summer Loan Sale at NEW Credit Union. Get ready to own it!
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here. About to get underway with the fourth frame. The Bullfrogs have a 2-0 lead over the Kalamazoo Growlers. Trent Bauer will lead things off for the Bullfrogs here in the top of the fourth. The catcher on the day for the Frogs is 0 for 1. Would go down looking his last time up. First pitch he sees. It's a fastball and misses 1-0. Bauer swings at the 1-0. It's the ground ball up the middle of the field. Shortstop spinning, throwing in time. What a play from the shortstop, Connor Hollis. A ground ball right next to the second base bag. Looked like it could be trouble, maybe an infield single if Bauer has a little bit more speed, but Hollis puts the glove on it, spins around, delivers the throw, and Mitch Bigris over at first using that big frame of his, reaching up and grabbing it for out number 1. Richie Tecco, or rather Riley Smith, who is now playing for Richie Tecco, digs in. First pitch he sees. Line drive straight to the shortstop, Connor Hollis, and he grabs that one 2 away. Just like that, Connor Hollis saying, hey, I can play shortstop over here too. Of course, Riley Smith had a solid play in this pass frame for the Bullfrogs. He is now playing shortstop for the Bullfrogs after Richie Tecco is out of the game. Tecco would square away to bunt at a ball, and it would hit his bat and hit him right back in the face. The ball, that is. With that being said, we're back up to the top of the lineup, and Troy Johnston, the center fielder, digs in. Johnston for the Bullfrogs today is 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Managed an RBI double his last time up. Swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls away left side. And goes down the count 0-2 now, because rather he watched one go by as well. A little behind here. Nonetheless, an 0-2 count. 2 outs on the board, nobody on. The Bullfrogs have gotten a hit in the past 3 innings, trying to keep that streak alive. 0-2 pitch, runs way inside. A 1-2 count now. Troy Johnson has to scoot away from that one. Frogs with 5 hits on the night compared to 2 for Kalamazoo. They lead 2-0 as well. The 1-2. Swung on, slicing fly ball deep into left field. Tracking back is Kohler. It could be trouble, and it is. It bounces off the warning track and over the wall. A ground rule double for Troy Johnston. His second double of the game. He's feeling it. His last time he was here in Kalamazoo, he managed a home run, in fact. Would be named the Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game in that 6-5 victory, when he would smack the home run. And now he finds himself standing on second base for the second time tonight. Off the bat, his second double. Willie Bourbon, the designated hitter, now digs in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Tyler Drabick sends in a fastball. It runs wide, and Bourbon gets ahead in the count early, 1-0. Willie Bourbon out of Riverwoods, Illinois, not too far from Chicago, off the campus of Northwestern University. The 1-0. Fastball and runs wide, 2-0. Willie Bourbon this past year at Northwestern would have his struggles throughout the season. They'd eventually move him to first base, where he's been solid for the Bullfrogs this year. However, would bat just .164 this past season for the Wildcats. You hear about sophomore slumps. Well, Bourbon is a guy that had that, because after his freshman campaign, would have managed to bat .254 with 28 RBIs. A great year, especially for just an 18-year-old. But as mentioned, a sophomore slump. He's trying to get back into his hitting ways here in Green Bay. 2-0 pitch. That one runs across low in the dirt. In fact, catcher Ryan Orr does a solid job dropping down and keeping that one from getting between his legs. As Troy Johnson with some speed over at second could easily get over to third. 3-0 count now, 2 outs on the board. Delivery, fastball wide, ball 4, and Bourbon gets on a base over at first. So with 2 outs on the board, Bullfrogs put 2 runners on, and Mikey Falia, the left fielder, digs in. Falia on the day 0 for 2 would hit into a fielder's choice back in first, and in this past inning, he would fly out to right field. The right-handed hitter out of UC Irvine digs in. Falia this past season for the Anteaters had limited playing time, just 11 at-bats. Has made the most of his time here in Green Bay, batting .323, however. The first pitch to him, a breaking ball. That just clips the inside corner, about belt level, 0-1. Falia back in high school, a first-team all-conference player, highly recruited at a high school, 43rd best outfielder in California. Of course, if you follow baseball, you're well aware of the competition out there in California. It just seems like it's talent-rich. I don't know what's in the water, but sure can fuel baseball players. A 1-1 count. Drabick deals in the 1-1. It's a fastball that clips the upper outside corner, 1-2 now. Drabick doing a solid job painting the black here tonight. However, the Bullfrogs with 6 hits against them and 2 runs. Falia steps out of the box, now stands back in. Supports that neon yellow grip on his wooden bat. A 1-2 from Drabick is dealt. Fastball finds the inside corner. A backwards K leaves 2 more runners stranded. The Bullfrogs have left 7 runners out there already tonight, and we're only in the middle of the 4th inning. Stay tuned for the bottom half. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Attention pizza lovers, have you tried a Brew Pub pizza? Designed to be the best of the best pub pizzas ever made, every Brew Pub Lots Matza pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half-pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brew Pub Lots Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brew Pub Lots Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brew Pub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brew Pub Lots Matza pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The Bullfrogs have a 2-0 lead over the Growlers. And Michael Bulkey out on the mound for the Bullfrogs has pitched a solid game thus far. Does not have a strikeout on the night. However, has allowed just 2 hits. The right-handed pitcher out of Bethel University deals one in. It's a fastball right over the plate, 0-1. Bullfrogs looking to continue their perfect ways against the Growlers. They're 3-0 on the season. An 0-1 pitch. That one runs wide, 1-1 now. The Growlers game last night against the Rockford Rivets was postponed due to rain. 1-1. Swung on. That one sliced back. 1-2 now. And the night before last, they would lose 7-10 against the Rockford Rivets. They would lose to the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders 7-10 the night before that as well. So they're on a 2-game losing streak coming into the game. The Bullfrogs on a 2-game losing streak of their own. Of course, losing both games against the Bombers. 1-2 pitch, swung on, fly ball to center. Tracking over to his right is Troy Johnston. Raises the arm and makes the grab. One away here in the 4th inning, and Michael Bulkey continues dealing out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. His last time managed to start would be named the Aurora Bay Care Sports Medicine Player of the Game. In fact, his past 2 starts, he's been awarded that honor. Has really proved himself as another one of those guys for the Bullfrogs that can just get ahead in the count early, and that's what the Frogs need. Speaking of, Andrew Huff, the third baseman, digs in. The first pitch to him is swung on and missed. So Bulkey ahead again in the count here. Huff, the third baseman, digs in, got on base due to an error his last time up. Swings at the 0-1 pitch, a line drive to shortstop, bounces right in front of the glove of Riley Smith, picks it up, throws it across the field, 2 away now. Hard hit liner to Riley Smith. You're almost scared that it might bounce in the dirt and get past his glove. He does a solid job of judging it, picks it out of the dirt, and launches it across the field sidearm. And puts the second batter down. So 2 up, 2 down here. And Jason Sullivan, the designated hitter, digs in. He hit into a double play his last time up. This time watches a fastball go by wide. Just clips the corner, in fact, actually. 0-1. Bulkey continues to get ahead here. Very impressive. 0-1 pitch. That one bounces across the dirt, however. 1-1. Michael Bulkey out of Bethel University, a Division III school, was picked up by the Bullfrogs, in fact. Started his season out up in Canada with Thunder Bay. 1-1, swung on, grounded to second. Ben Hart has it, the throw to first in time, and the Bullfrogs put them down in order. 1, 2, 3. That does it for the fourth frame. Stay tuned for the 5th. The Frogs lead 2-0. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Tri-City Glass Indoors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960. Specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dahl, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here, top of the 5th inning, about to get underway. The Bullfrogs have a 2-0 lead over the Kalamazoo Growlers. And due up for the Bullfrogs in this one will be Alex Pinner, the first baseman. Pinner on the night for the Bullfrogs is 0 for 0. Has been hit by a pitch and has been walked tonight. The first baseman for the Bullfrogs currently sits at 6th in the Northwood League for walks. Has managed one tonight, has been very solid for the Bullfrogs in all facets of the game. Had his struggles with errors earlier in the season, but here recently for the Bullfrogs has looked much better. He deserves it as well. The guys sinks ground balls every day. In fact, no BP today for either team. However, Alex Pinner made sure to get some ground balls thrown at him so he would be ready for first base, and so far has played well. First baseman digs in here in the top of the 5th inning and awaits the offering from Tyler Drabick out there on the mound. The delivery, swing and a miss, 0-1. Tyler Drabick so far has pitched 4 innings, has allowed 2 runs in 6 hits. 0-1 pitch, high and away, a ball and a strike. Alex Pinner out of Scottsdale Community College, where he would be named a JUCO All-American back during his freshman year. Absolutely unreal. A little bit of a sophomore slump, but still good enough to play for Mississippi State next year. Swings at the 1-1, a ground ball to first. Mitch Brigus has it, steps on first base, beating out Alex Pinner, and there's one away here. Alex Pinner 0 for 1 on the day after that one, and Kyle Bino, the right fielder, digs in. Kyle Bino 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI, would belt the double back in the 3rd inning and hit a fielder's choice RBI in the 1st. Kyle Bino on the season for the Bullfrogs comes into the game batting .235. Of course, represented the Frogs in the Home Run Derby. I guess what has now been 3 or 4 days ago. Swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it away right side. Count moves to 0-1. Bino from Austintown, Ohio. The sophomore at Youngstown State awaits. Tyler Drabick sends in the 0-1. It's a fastball that skips across home plate in the dirt. Evens up the count 1-1 here. Kyle Bino, back during his freshman year, would be named the All-Horizon League freshman for batting .283 against Horizon League opponents. Swings at the 1-1 pitch and fouls that one back. Just gets a piece of it. 1-2. This past season at Youngstown State would belt 8 home runs and 28 RBIs. The 1-2 to him. Fastball way inside. Kyle Bino scooting away from that one. Didn't know he was going to be playing dodgeball here tonight. Does a solid job of dodging that one, but it evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and out on the board. The delivery from Drabick. Fastball runs wide, and now a full count after Drabick got ahead in the count. Packed crowd here at Homer Stryker Field. Homer Stryker Field, of course, was named second best summer collegiate baseball field in America. Payoff pitch. Runs wide for ball 4, and Kyle Bino manages to work the walk after going down in the count. So runners at first now, and Dan Leckie, the third baseman, digs in. Dan Leckie 0 for 2 on the night with 2 swinging strikeouts. Dan Leckie out of the College of Lafayette last night would manage a grand salami for the Bullfrogs. A 2 and 4 day, 4 RBIs, a run scored. The only Bullfrog to record a multi-hit game, in fact, as the Bullfrogs would score all 5 of their runs in 1 inning. They'd be shut down in every other one and lose that one 10-5 to the Battle Creek Bombers. There is a conference going out on the mound now as the pitching coach has gone out to talk with Tyler Drabick, who is having a little bit of a hard time finding the strike zone. Gage Rogers is the pitching coach. He's in his second season with the Kalamazoo Growlers. He's at a Drury University where he's been a volunteer coach, and that's where he played his college ball as well. The head coach for the Growlers is Cody Pachowski. Excuse me, there it is. In his 5th season, was an assistant coach prior to this year, but is at the helm now. Dan Leckie swings at the first pitch he sees. Ground ball to third. Throw to second in time. Throw to first, not in there. Slow grounder to Andrew Huff, who's able to scoop it up, throw it across his body to the short second baseman, Michael Diffley. He steps on the second base bag, beating out Kyle Bino. But the throw to first not in time. Dan Leckie at least able to leg that one out. But he hits into the fielder's choice nonetheless, and there's 2 down here with Ben Hart digging in. Ben Hart on the night for the Bullfrogs is 1 for 2 with a run score. His last time up would go down looking. Swings at the first pitch he sees. Line drive to left, base hit. Finds the gap between Andrew Huff and Connor Hollis at short and third, and it's into left field for a base hit, the 6th of the night for the Bullfrogs. Scratch that, 7th of the night. So with runners at first and second now, Trent Bauer, the catcher, will dig in. Second hit of the game for Ben Hart. Would get a base hit and come around to score in the second inning. Now finds himself over at first base with runners at first and second. Trent Bauer digs in. The Bullfrogs already tonight have left 7 runners stranded. First pitch to Bauer. It's a fastball wide, 1-0. Bauer batting .077 for the Bullfrogs. As mentioned, in 4 games, got just 1 hit. The 1-0. Swung on and fouled back. 1-1 now. Trent Bauer out of Ellsworth Community College, where he would bat .272 in his freshman year. Not too shabby. Managed 3 home runs, played in 56 games, 37 RBIs. He's from Green Bay. The 1-1. Swung on. Fly ball left field. Got a lot of that one in Trent Bauer. But it falls into the party deck. Out past the left side. 1-2 now. One-two delivery from Drabick. Swung on. That one fouled away left side as well. Trent Bauer just a little bit behind these pitches. The Frogs have a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. One-two. Swung on. Grounded right side that time, foul. Trent Bauer trying to stay alive, fighting off a couple of pitches here. Still a 1-2 count, and that time he's a little bit ahead of it. You hear the crowd chanting in the background. The mascot for the Kalamazoo Growlers, waving around a yell sign. 1-2 pitch from Drabick. Swung on, and that one's fouled away. 5 balls now that Trent Bowers has fouled on. Couple of different mascots here tonight. Of course, the Bear, which I have to admit is my favorite mascot in all the Northwoods League. Very cute and cuddly bear. Big fan of it, gotta admit. Has great personality. Although Finn of the Lakeshore Chinooks, I'm gonna have to admit, he's a competitor. Another mascot that has a great personality. Don't get me wrong, Jeremiah the Bullfrog, great mascot as well. Drabick deals in the 1-2. Swung on. A blooper up the middle of the field. Shortstop has it. Steps on the second base bag. And gets the third out. 9 base runners now that the Bullfrogs have left on base. As Trent Bauer hits into the fielder's choice. That will do it for the top of the 5th inning. Stay tuned for the bottom half. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here, bottom of the 5th inning, about to get underway. Michael Bolke still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. The right-handed pitcher for the Frogs has pitched great thus far, has pitched 4 innings, walked just 1 batter, has allowed just 2 hits, and has not allowed a run. Does not have a strikeout, however, yet, but I'm sure that's just a matter of time. Due up for the Kalamazoo Growlers here in this bottom of the 5th inning will be Jeff Riedel and Mitch Brigus. Mitch Brigus on the night is 0 for 1. He stands on deck, and Jeff Riedel, the center fielder, is 1 for 1. He would get a base hit back in the 2nd inning. As mentioned, just 1 of 2 tonight. He stands in, and Bolke rocks back and sends in the first pitch of the half inning. Swung on. Line drive to right field. Kyle Bino diving forward, but can't make the play. Manages to keep the ball in his glove at least. However, it bounces right before it gets to that glove. A base hit for Riedel, his 2nd of the game. Mitch Brigus, the first baseman, now digs in. He would ground out to second base his last time up. Brigus, the left-handed hitter, stands in. First pitch to him. Swung on and missed. 0-1. Mitch Brigus out of Ontario, Canada. Plays for Boston College. The left-handed hitter, a tall, lengthy guy. 6'6", 215. Just finished up his junior season. 0-1 pitch. It's a kicking ball inside. Snap go to first. It's back safely in Riedel. The ball that came across found the zone, so an 0-2 count now with no outs on the board. Brigus, a normal starter for Boston College, but would bat just 200. Fastball comes across wide, 1-2 now. Would manage 28 RBIs, 990 fielding percentage, not too bad. Swings at the 1-2 pitch, grounder second in time. Throw to first, not in time. It's a ground ball straight to the second base bag, where second baseman Ben Hart puts the glove on it. Little underhand toss to Richie Tecco, or what is now Riley Smith, my apologies, is in time. He stomps on the second base bag for the out. And then the throw across the field is not in time. So it's a fielder's choice from Bigris. And Ryan Orr, the catcher, digs in. First pitch he sees is swung on, skyrocketed pop-up in shallow center. Troy Johnson underneath of it makes the grab. 2 away now. Michael Diffley now digs in as we are back up to the top of the lineup. Michael Diffley on the night, 1 for 2. Would get a base hit back in the third inning after flying out to center back in the first. Diffley out of San Diego State, transferred in from Grassmont, California Community College. For the first pitch to him is a breaking ball that misses. 1-0. This past season would have at 305. 4 home runs, 21 RBIs. Not too shabby. The 1-0. That one misses also. And Volke goes behind in the count. A rare occasion that happens. 2-0 now. Diffley from California as well. Has spent most of his life in California, it seems. From Chula Vista, California. Plays his ball at San Diego State. And, of course, JUCO school there as well. 2-0 comes in. That's in there for a strike. A 2-1 count. Finds himself here in Michigan. Here in the mitten, playing himself some summer collegiate ball. Not a bad place to be. Of course, California, I'm sure, might be a little bit nicer weather, but not a bad night tonight. 2-1 pitch swung on. It's a fly ball into right field. That drops fair. Rounding second is Diffley, and he's going to be sent home. Throw from right field is not in time. The run comes across for the Kalamazoo Growlers, and they cut it to 1. A stand-up double RBI for Michael Diffley, his second hit of the game. Mitch Bigris is the runner that comes across to score for the Kalamazoo Growlers. He got on due to the fielder's choice. He's scored by Diffley, who now stands at second, and Jack Duffy, the right fielder, stands in. Duffy on the night is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to center, and the Growlers with a little bit of life. Not a well-hit ball whatsoever by Diffley. I have to admit, it's a slicer into right field that stays fair by inches. 0-1. Gets away from the catcher Bauer, and Diffley moves over to third. Home crowd loves it. They show their appreciation, and a run is now just 90 feet away from scoring for the Growlers. Michael Bolke in a bit of a bind. Now has allowed 4 hits on the night and 1 earned run. Kyle Bino out in right field. Can't get over to it in time. The 1-1. Swung on. That one sliced up and found away left side. Into the club seating here. One of the largest club seating areas in the Northwoods League, I gotta admit. I mean, it's about 12 rows deep or so. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball way wide. Evens it up. 2-2 now. Bolke finds himself into a bind. Trying to keep the lead here for the Frogs. We'll see if he can manage it. The tying run stands just over at third, however. And Jack Duffy has a 2-2 count. The delivery. Another breaking ball wide and a full count now. The Missouri State product stands in. Trying to tie up this game. Payoff pitch. Swung on. Popped up in the infield. Michael Bolke has a read on it. First baseman, they collide. Who has it? Bolke does, and the out is made. Michael Bolke's underneath of it. Alex Pinner comes charging in from first base. They even collide. However, they're able to make the out and leave a runner stranded over at third base. we will stay all tied up, or rather, excuse me, we'll stay with the Bullfrogs having the lead. They lead 2-1 after 5 frames. Stay tuned for the 6th. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brewpub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Did you know that we here at the O'Connell Pharmacy would mail your prescriptions to you? At the O'Connell Pharmacy, we would like to make things easy for you. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Sports Stream Bullfrogs Radio Network broadcast. My name is Noah Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Top of the 6th frame about to get underway. Joey Knapp, a right-handed pitcher out on the mound for the Kalamazoo Growlers, gets the nod here in the top of the 6th inning. And so Tyler Drabick's time on the mound has come to a close. This will be Knapp's first appearance on the mound for the Kalamazoo Growlers, so we'll see what he can do. The right-handed pitcher out of Kalamazoo Valley Community College, the hometown guy from Mattawan, Michigan. The sophomore stands at about 6'3", 185 or so. Right-handed pitcher will try to continue the good pitching as Tyler Drabick, despite the fact he allowed 7 hits to come across and 2 runs, would leave 9 runners stranded. For the Bullfrogs, it's the leadoff man, or rather the 9-hole hitter who digs in. My apologies. Riley Smith. He's 0 for 2 on the night. His last time up, lined out to the shortstop. Of course, head coach of the Kalamazoo Growlers, Cody Patachi, is the head coach of Kalamazoo Community College. So this must be a guy that he brings in late into the season because he needs a pitcher and he wants to, expose him to some higher level batting, I should say. We'll see what he can do. The first pitch he throws is a ball, and the next one is as well. It's a fastball way wide into the other's batter's box. So not the best way to start off your debut, but I'm sure he'll settle in. Joey Knapp, the right-handed hurler, stands back on. Riley Smith awaits. First pitch to him. After the 2-0, runs wide, a 3-0 count now. Knapp falls behind. Riley Smith on the season for the Bullfrogs comes into the game batting .296. 4th best batting average on the team, has really had a hot bat recently. However, in his last couple of games, been a bit colder. The 3-0 pitch comes across, and it's low in the dirt for ball 4. Runners have a base runner on now for the 6th straight inning. And Troy Johnston digs in. The leadoff man on the night, 3 for 3. 2 doubles and an RBI. Would hit the RBI double his last time up. Out in the left center field wall, going oppo. In fact, both of his doubles have gone opposite field. And Joey Knapp finds the strike zone finally. That one clipping the outside corner. 0-1, Johnston falls behind. Riley Smith takes the lead over at first. Joey Knapp comes set. Throws back to first, where Riley Smith slides back in safely. Bullfrogs had a 6-hour bus ride to get out here to Kalamazoo today. Not the easiest of rides, to say the least. 0-1 pitch, swung on and fouled away left side, past the grandstands and into the kids zone seating area. It's not even a seating area, it's more of a playpen area, I should say. Inflatables and games to play alike back there. Or as I mentioned, the ballpark was ranked 2nd best in all of summer collegiate baseball. Throw back to first. Smith runs back safely. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And after walking a batter in 4 pitches, he strikes one out in 3. Willie Bourbon, the designated hitter, will now dig in. He's one for 2 on the night with a walk. Homer Stryker Field here beating out the Madison Mallards field of the South Division. Of course, the Mallards, they average about 5,000 fans a night. That's going to be tough to beat. But with that being said, about 2,000 every night here at Homer Stryker Field. A great crowd tonight. First pitch that Willie Bourbon sees is swung on and fouled back, where a kid nearly makes the grab, but it's off of his glove. In the top row on the left side, and he's frustrated with himself. Can't believe that he didn't grab that one. Bourbon stands in. Throwback to first. Smith slides back safely. Grandstand seat on the left side. It has some holes in it, but the one on the right side, I mean, almost packed to the brim. I don't think there's any seats available in the club seating here. Every single row of seats reserved. A great spectacle to watch games here at Homer Stryker. The party deck out in left field, packed to the brim. The fan deck as well. The one out in right field is packed as well. I mean, it's just a packed house. Great night for baseball. 0-1. And it runs wide, 1-1. Lights are on now as it turns from day to dusk, but sun's still glaring in on the stadium over past the first base side or so. Throw back to first. The 4th time that has happened, but Riley Smith not going anywhere. Slides back in safely. The 1-1 count here with an out on the board. Bourbon waits. The 1-1 delivery misses wide and low. A 2-1 count. Willie Bourbon, as I had mentioned, kind of in a sophomore slump. Had those struggles at school, and they have followed him here to Green Bay. As coming into the at-bat, Bourbon batting just 191. Scoots away from the 2-1 and runs inside at 3-1. Would manage a home run in the first game of that Battle Creek series. There's 2-run shot in the 9th inning, which would give the Bullfrogs some life, but they would end up falling 12-8. It was his 2nd home run of the season. 3-1 runs wide for ball 4. So Joey Knapp in his debut on the mound for the Growlers walks a batter, strikes one out, and then walks the next one. Runners at first and second now. As in 5 of the 6 innings tonight, the Frogs have put 2 runners on at some point or another. Or scratch that, they have put 2 runners on in every inning now. Mikey Falia, the left fielder, now digs in. He's 0 for 3 on the night, would strike out looking his last time up. Pitching coach for the Kalamazoo Growlers, Gage Rogers, goes out to have some words with his pitcher and Joey Knapp. Almost surprised that the head coach didn't go out there. Cody Pachonsky, of course, I had mentioned Pachonsky is the head coach of Kalamazoo Community College, and that's where Joey Knapp plays. So he brings him in to see what he can do. Must have been an ace this past season for Kalamazoo CC, as that junior college was actually ranked 19th in the nation this past season, the first time they had ever been nationally ranked. Falia stands in, the right-handed hitter out of UC Irvine. First pitch to him. Fastball that runs inside for a ball, so the struggles to find the zone continue for Joey Knapp. Mikey Falia on the season, batting .319, the best on the team. Time is called by Falia. He stands back out, gives a little practice swing, and now stands back in. Knapp checks the runner at second, gives him another look, and a third, the 3-1. That one's in. Gets an applause from the crowd as well. We're just waiting for a strike to be thrown. The 1-1 count. Now, Joey Knapp seems really worried about the runner at second and Riley Smith. Smith, the fast base runner for sure, but I don't know if he requires the attention that Joey Knapp is giving him. Stares him down again. Another look, and the 1-1. Swung on. Found away right side. And a 1-2 count now. Knapp gets ahead after walking one. Mikey Flea really taking off here in his last 10 games, batting way over 300, close to 400 in fact. The other day managed a 4-for-4 day with the base, or rather with a walk as well. The 1-2 pitch, that one runs wide. And we're all even now, 2-2. Bit of a lull in play here in the top of the 6th inning. Willie Bourbon takes the lead over at first. Riley Smith takes his at second. Knapp gives him a look and deals in the 2-2. Swung on. Ground ball to short. He has the out at second to throw to first. He's got as well. 6-3 double play for the Kalamazoo Growlers. They leave a runner stranded. That'll do it here for the top of the 6th inning. Stay tuned for the bottom half. Frogs have a 2-1 lead. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here, bottom of the 6th inning, about to get underway. The Bullfrogs have a 2-1 lead over the Kalamazoo Growlers. And due up for the Growlers in this bottom of the 6th inning will be the 3-hole hitter, Connor Hollis. Matt Kohler's on deck and Andrew Huff is in the hole. Hollis on the night, 0 for 1. Would fly out to the left field his last time up. Of course, that's the hit that Mikey Flea would make the grab standing next to the beer garden out there in left field. Nearly a solo shot for Connor Hollis. He stands in and watches a fastball run high and wide, 0-1. Hollis was walked back in the first inning, but would be stranded. The 0-1. Fastball wide, and 1-1 now. Connor Hollis out of Houston, where this past season would have been 266, a normal starter for the Houston Cougars, who of course hosted the regionals this past season in the NCAA tournament, but would be eliminated. Hollis would manage multi-hit games in both of the Cougars' showings. And another pitch goes by. That one for a ball. 2-1 pitch, swung on, fly ball into right field, and Ben Hart, the second baseman, gets underneath of it and makes the grab right in front of Kyle Bino. That's the second time tonight that Kyle Bino has been cut off by another one of his Bullfrog players. I don't know if that's because he's not talking out there or what it is, but Ben Hart tracking back out there in right field, grabs it right in front of him. I thought it was going to be another collision. Of course, that's how we ended the last inning. Matt Kohler, the left fielder, now digs in after the flyout. Swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls that one back into the kid zone left side. Just behind that one a bit, got underneath him. He steps out, readjusts his batting gloves, and stands back in. Kalamazoo in their all whites tonight. First pitch into him after the foul off. Runs high. A 1-1 count. The delivery. That one runs in the dirt. 2-1 offering now, and out on the board, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the sixth inning where the Bullfrogs are supporting a 2-1 lead. 2-1 pitch. That one runs wide also. And so a 3-1 count. Hitters count now for Kohler. Kohler on the season for the Kalamazoo Growlers comes into the at-bat batting .242. 3-1 pitch. Just clips the lower outside portion. A full count now that Michael Boelke has worked himself back into. Matt Kohler out of Western Carolina stands in. Redshirt sophomore. Payoff pitch comes across and it finds the zone. A backwards K for Michael Boelke. His first strikeout of the night. So with 2 away, Andrew Huff, the third baseman, digs in. Huff on the night is 0 for 2, but would get on base due to an error back in the second inning. Andrew Huff out of Middle Tennessee State. First pitch he sees, that's in there for a strike. Michael Boelke kind of finding a rhythm now out there on the mound. And Huff goes down in the count 0-1. 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball, that finds the zone also. When Michael Boelke's on, he is fun to watch. He can just paint that outside corner. Does so there, the 0-2. Swung on right back to Boelke, and he grabs it. What a play from the pitcher. And what a inning as well. A backwards K, a grounder right back to him, a throw to first, and the Bullfrogs have themselves a 1-2-3 inning. That'll do it for the sixth. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
It's the best time of the year to update your ride. NEW Credit Union's Super Summer Loan Sale. From July 10th to 28th, get super low rates as low as 2.49% annual percentage rate.
To jumpstart the big event, from July 10th to the 16th, you can find your perfect car, truck, or SUV from a selection brought in by trusted local dealers right to our credit union offices in Oconto Falls, Oconto, and Surrey. Compare them side by side, or you can also visit a participating dealer and see their expanded selection.
Call NEW Credit Union for details at 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Get up to 100% financing during the Super Summer Loan Sale.
Borrower must meet NEW Credit Union membership eligibility and creditworthy requirements. All loans subject to approval. Example of repayment would be a monthly payment of about $17.75 per $1,000 borrowed for 60 months. Federally insured by the NCUA. Super Summer Loan Sale at NEW Credit Union. Get ready to own it!
Hello and welcome back to this. Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Top of the seventh inning about to get underway. The Bullfrogs currently have a 2-1 lead over the Kalamazoo Growlers. And due up for the Frogs will be the cleanup hitter, Alex Pinner. Pinner, the first baseman on the night, is 0 for 1, but has been walked tonight and hit by a pitch. Alex Pinner's last time up would ground out to the first baseman, and he digs in. The Bullfrogs on the night have managed to string together 7 hits, 2 runs, and have 1 error on the night. Pinner stands in, first pitch to him. Swung on and missed, a fastball from Joey Knapp. Alex Pinner ahead of it. He goes down the count 0-1. Joey Knapp steps off the mound, now stands back on. Holds the ball in his right hand behind his hip. Nods his head at a pitch and deals in the 0-1. It's a fastball high and inside. Alex Pinner kind of walks away from it. It evens the count up. A ball and a strike now. No outs on the board. Nobody on. Just got underway with the top of the 7th. And Joey Knapp out on the mound deals in the 1-1. It's a breaking ball that just finds the lower inside portion. And a 1-2 count. A 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Alex Pinner, who was the beer batter, goes down swinging and gets a nice applause from the crowd here as they're going to run to the beer scones to find themselves some half-price beer on this absolutely gorgeous Saturday night here in Kalamazoo. We have reached the 9 o'clock hour. And in Green Bay, 9 o'clock, it is pretty dark. But here in Kalamazoo, 9 o'clock, you can still see the sun on the horizon. I mean, it's bright as day out here. As Kyle Bino digs in, he's 1 for 2 on the night. Would get a double back in the 3rd inning and would be walked his last time up before being stranded. The Frogs managed to run in the 1st and 2nd inning, and the Kalamazoo Growlers grabbed one in the bottom of the 5th. That's the score now, 2-1. Top of the 7th inning, 1 out on the board. Kyle Bino swings at the 1-0 pitch, a fly ball deep to left, but it's just foul. About 12 feet left of the foul pole out there next to the party deck in left field. Kyle Bino was staring down his 5th home run of the night. It might have been foul, but I'm sure it rocked Joey Knapp. We'll see if he can bounce back from it. A 1-1 count after the foul off. The delivery. Swung on, and that one's fouled down into the dirt, and Kyle Bino goes down. He might have hurt himself swinging at that one. He's on his hands and knees. Bino in a lot of pain. Everyone's kind of just walking to him. You think they'd run out to him with the guy laying down like that. I'm unsure if the ball came down and fouled back and hit him or if he hurt himself when he was swinging, but now the trainer's out next to him, and Sabo and Ramazzotti as well, as the 2nd Bullfrog has gone down tonight. Of course, Richie Tecco back in the 2nd inning would lay down a bunt. It would come back and hit him square in the face. He wouldn't lay it down. He would pop it right back into his face, I should say. And Kyle Bino now on his back. It might have bounced off the ground and came back and hit him you-know-where. The trainers are now helping him up. I think that is what happened. I'll get a applause from the crowd, and I don't think anybody wishes that on anybody. I don't care if it's your enemy, your opponent, who it is. I don't think anyone wants to see that happen. It is not fun. And Bino's going to stand in there and complete the at-bat and likely play for the rest of the game. But the 2nd time tonight that's happened from the Bullfrogs, that they found balls straight back into the ground that either hit them, or I guess in Richie Tecco's case, it came back right off the bat and hit him. But nonetheless, that hadn't happened to Bullfrogs all season. The last time there was an injury to a team where the player couldn't return was, of course, Brett Bautista back at the beginning of the season, and he's long gone. In fact, he's playing in the California League now. With that said, we have a 1-2 count after the foul off. It looks like Bino's all right. Down on the board, nobody on top of the 7th. The 1-2 pitch, one gone. Fly ball deep to left. Way to come back from an injury. Kyle Bino, it's a solo shot. The Bullfrogs take a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Kyle Bino threatened to do it earlier in the at-bat and sent one about 10 feet left to the foul pole. This time he sends it about 100 feet past the left field wall for a home run. His 5th of the season, and I think the best part of all of it, to put an exclamation point on it, he's kind of running around the bases tenderly as he's still in pain from the foul off. And with 1 out on the board, the Bullfrogs take a 3-1 lead. Kyle Bino getting a round of applause and smiles from his dugout as well, as you can imagine. And of course, Kyle Bino okay, so you can laugh about it now. Gotta admit, it's always kind of funny when someone does get hit in that area that you just can't really protect. As Dan Leckie digs in and swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it away right side, goes down the count 0-1. And his teammates let him know it. All smiles from the dugout, give him all a hard time as he comes back in. Gives them some high fives as well, as the Bullfrogs add an insurance run now. They lead 3-1, top of the 7th inning. 0-1 delivery to Dan Leckie as a fastball that runs high and wide. Dan Leckie stands in, waves the bat around. Joey Knapp deals in the 1-1. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-2. Nice pitch from Joey Knapp. One-two count here, one out on the board. A 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Joey Knapp. His third of the game. So he comes back from the home run with a nice strikeout. But what a smack from Kyle Bino. No doubter off the bat, essentially. Absolutely unloaded on it. Ben Hart digs in now for the Frogs. He's having a pretty good game. 2 for 3 on the night with 2 singles. A run scored back in the second inning as well. Swings at the first one, a skyrocketed pop-up into the infield. Second baseman Michael Diffley underneath of it and over by the first base bag makes the grab. So that'll do it for the top of the 7th inning. Ben Hart ends it with a pop-up to second. But it's a 3-1 lead now for the Bullfrogs after Kyle Bino launches a solo shot over the left field wall. Stay tuned for the bottom half of the frame. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn Hospitality.
Do you need help organizing your medications? Stop in and see us at the O'Connell Pharmacy about our monthly bubble packing system. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here, bottom of the 7th inning, about to get underway. The Bullfrogs have a 3-1 lead over the Kalamazoo Growlers off the bat of Kyle Bino as he would launch a solo shot in the top of the 7th inning. The Bullfrogs with a run in the top of the first, run in the top of the second, and of course the Bino home run in the top of the 7th. At the bottom of the 5th, that's when the Growlers managed to plate a run, as that's our final score, 3-1 in favor of the good guys, the Green Bay Bullfrogs. The Frogs with 8 hits on the night compared to 4 for the Growlers tonight. One error by the Frogs this afternoon. None by the home team in the Growlers. Great game here tonight and great crowd. Absolute packed house. Homer Stryker Field named the second best ballpark in all of summer collegiate baseball. Average about 2,000 fans a night compared to Green Bay's 1,300, which is very respectable. Solid following in Green Bay, especially on the weekend games, but here in Kalamazoo as well. An absolute great spectacle to watch a game. Huge grandstand seating. I'm sure it sits about 3,000 or so. Unsure what that official sellout crowd attendance number is. Of course, at Green Bay, it's 1,200. Bullfrogs last night would manage over 2,000 fans for the second time this year. As a 1-0 pitch is swung on and grounded left side for a base hit. And so that's a good way to start off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Growlers, as Jason Sullivan, the designated hitter, lines a frozen rope into left field and puts the fifth hit up on the board for the Growlers. His first hit of the night, he's now 1 for 3. He had watched one go by for a strike. I must have missed it. But with that being said, Jeff Riedel, the center fielder, digs in, and Riedel's had a pretty good game. Riedel with a multi-hit game, that is, as Riedel coming into the at-bat is 2 for 2. First pitch to him, fastball, and runs high for a ball, 1-0. Two offering, or rather the 1-0 offering, my apologies. Ground ball to third, throw to second in time. Throw to first, not in there. It's a well-hit grounder towards the third baseman, Dan Leckie. He makes the grab, launches a ball to second. Ben Hart's there to make the first out. His throw to first is in the dirt, and I think it would have been late either way. Alex Penner's there to make the scoop at least, and there is one away. So Jeff Riedel hits into the fielder's choice, and Mitch Bigris, the first baseman, digs in. Bigris 0 for 2 on the night, would hit into a fielder's choice back in the 5th inning, but come around to score. Swings at the first pitch he sees, fly ball left side, foul into the party deck out there in the left side. A whole picnic area, fan deck, Miller Lite party zone as well. I mean, a lot of seating all throughout this stadium. The reason it was ranked so highly. That being said, no video board. One of the few teams that don't have one. Of course, the Green Bay Bullfrogs don't have one either. A 1 pitch comes in and swung on and fouled back. 0-2. Bigris out of Ontario, Canada. Plays for Boston College. Has some pretty cool stories about him from his time back in Canada. Was named to the Canadian Junior National Team, where he competed in the U18 World Cup. 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back, so he stays alive. In fact, the Canadian team finished 7th in that Junior National World Cup. That taking place in Taiwan. A guy that's traveled all over the world to play some baseball. 0-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded back to the pitcher, Bulkey. Throw to second in time. Throw to first, in there. A rare 1-6-3 double play into the inning. Michael Bulkey absolutely feeling it out on the mound. He has pitched phenomenally. Has allowed just 5 hits, 1 run, has 1 strikeout, and manages the double play there. And the Bullfrogs have a 3-1 lead going into the top of the 8th. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Oconto Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in Oconto Falls.
They say the great American dream is starting and owning your own business. A lot of you out there right now probably do stuff on the side. Do you regard it just as hobbies and don't even include it on your taxes? What tax savings opportunities are you missing with all the loopholes that the tax code is chock full of? You need someone to drive the bus, as they say, to success. That's 715-735-0583. Milking every last loophole in the tax code for your benefit.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. New pitcher out on the mound for the Kalamazoo Growlers. It'll be Hayden Browser. Browser on the season for the Growlers has had his struggles coming out of the pen. Browser out of Missouri Southern State, the junior from Edmond, Oklahoma. Not the biggest of frames, 5'11", 150. 8.77 ERA on the year. This is his 14th appearance. Has 9 strikeouts, 11 walks, and a 1-1 record. We'll see what he can do against the Bullfrogs here, who have hit well, but they've left runners stranded, or on base, I should say, throughout the night. 10 runners they've left on base tonight. With that being said, Hayden Browser giving his warm-up pitches out on the mound and giving some warm-up swings is Trent Bauer, as the 8-hole hitter is due up. On the night's 0 for 3, would hit into the fielder's choice his last time up. 0 for 3 on the night. He digs in. Left-handed hitter out of Ellsworth Community College. Has a couple of teammates here in the Northwoods League and a couple of coaches as well. The left-handed hitter stands in, sporting the gray batting gloves. Evo shield on his right arm. First pitch to him from Browser, who has that interesting sinker throw coming at you, or submarine throw rather. First pitch he throws is a fastball inside, a interesting pitching motion to watch, to say the least. 1-0 delivery. Runs inside as well, 2-0. He kind of winds up way into a ball, and then when he releases it, I mean, his arm is inches from the ground. Something to get used to. He's pitched against the Bullfrogs this season, and when he pitches against the Frogs, he has had success. 2-0. Swung on. Grounded to second. Mitchell Diffley can't handle it. It's going to be an E4. It's a slow grounder to Michael Diffley. Looks like it's going to be an easy play. And as you heard from the crowd, a huge gasp as it just kind of bounces off of his glove. And the first error of the night against the Kalamazoo Growlers. And it benefits Trent Bauer. He stands on over at first now, as we are in the top of the 8th inning, where the Frogs have a 3-1 lead. Riley Smith digs in now for the Frogs. Came in to bat for Richie Tecco, who in his first at-bat would be hitting the eye with the ball. Riley Smith watches a ball go by inside and low. Fastball from the right-handed pitcher out there. Hayden Bowser against the Bullfrogs this season has faced them twice. Riley Smith swings at the 1-0, fouls it away left side. 1-1. His first appearance, he pitched a third of an inning and would strike out the lone batter he faced. The second time he faced them, he pitched 2 innings, walked 1, struck out 1, did not allow a hit in either of the contests. We'll see if the Bullfrogs can figure him out today, as opponents are batting .339 against him this year. The 1-1. Swung on. Slicer to the third baseman. Throw to second in time. Throw to first, not in there. So Riley Smith hits into the double play and gets on over at first. My apologies. Hits into the fielder's choice. The third baseman, Andrew Huff, grabs it over there by the third base bag. A throw to second is in time, but Diffley can't get it out of his hand fast enough to beat out Riley Smith, this speedster who now stands over at first. Breeze changes from right to left field to center into home plate. And it comes into the press box now. Throw back to first. Smith slides back in safely. And what has been a great night for baseball. It was a bit cloudy when we first got here, but blue skies, and you can still see the blue sky. 9:18 at night, but still very much lights here in Kalamazoo on the Eastern Standard Time. First pitch in to Troy Johnston, runs wide for a ball. Riley Smith takes off, and Ryan Orr elects not to throw him down. Don't know if he couldn't make the exchange, if he didn't think anyone was covering the bag, or what happened, but Riley Smith sneaks one past the Growlers there, and now stands over at second. We're up at the back up to the top of the lineup now, and Troy Johnston, who's 3 for 4 on the day, digs in. A 1-0 count to him after the fastball missed. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on. Fly ball deep to left. Tracking back is Matt Kohler at the warning track, but it falls foul. About 6 feet or so left of that foul pole out there. Out on the warning track. Got a lot of it. Would have stayed in the yard if it was fair. But Matt Kohler tracking, covering a lot of ground. Nearly dropped in fair territory there. So after Troy Johnston fouled one away, A 1 ball, 1 strike count with 1 out on the board. Johnston awaits patiently. Left-handed hit out of Gonzaga. The 1-1 pitch to him, a fastball wide, 2-1. Bowser having a little trouble finding the zone here. On the season has as well 13 1/3 innings pitched, 11 walks, nearly 1 every inning. The 2-1 swung on, fly ball into left field. Matt Kohler has a read on it over by the foul pole line, gets underneath of it and makes the play. So 2 outs on the board now after the fly out from Troy Johnston, who is now 3 for 5. And Willie Bourbon, the designated hitter, digs in. Willie Bourbon on the night for the Bullfrogs, 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Has gotten on base 3 out of his 4 times tonight, not too bad for the designated hitter out of Northwestern. Bourbon this past season would have had just 164 for Northwestern, as I mentioned. Had a bit of a sophomore slump as he would have had 254 during his first year. Hayden Browser deals one in. It's a fastball and runs wide, 1-0. Frogs will travel out to Battle Creek for the next series, but they'll be here tomorrow at 3:05. That's 2:05 Central Time. 1-0. Right across the plate. 1-1 now. On the season, the Bullfrogs really struggling against that Battle Creek team. 1-5 against them. They've been swept twice. The 1-1 from Bowser. Another fastball that runs wide, a 2-1 count now. Here against Kalamazoo, they are 3-0, 2-0 in this stadium. The only team, or one of the 2 teams that the Bullfrogs have swept this year. 2-1, swung on, fouled back. Evens the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frogs trying to get back on the right foot from after this all-star break. As the 2-2 pitch comes in from Bowser. Fastball swung on and missed. Bowser leaves one stranded over there at second base. And the Bullfrogs go into the bottom of the 8th inning, leading 3-1. Bowser deals in a K and leaves one stranded. That'll do it for the top of the 8th. Stay tuned for the bottom half. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation Flex Agreement and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Dexter Field here, bottom of the 8th, about to get underway. Michael Bolke still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. The right-handed pitcher on the night has pitched 7 complete frames, has allowed just 5 hits and 1 earned run. The righty deals in the first pitch of the bottom half of the inning and finds the zone 0-1. He would end off that bottom of the seventh with the double play. A hard hit grounder right back to him. Turns around, throws it to short, and then the throw to first was in time. 0-1 pitch, swung on, flies, or rather line drive into right field. A frozen rope off the bat of Ryan Orr, and he leads off this 8th inning with a base hit. That would bring the tying run to the plate as we have a close one tonight. 3-1 in favor of the Bullfrogs. The Frogs like to stick with Michael Bolke. Of course, the right-handed pitcher, his last time out, would pitch 8 frames for the Bullfrogs as well. 93 pitch count coming into this inning. And you think if he stays under 100, he might even stick around for the 9th inning. First pitch to the new batter, Michael Diffley. Misses the zone low, 1-0. Michael Diffley on the night, 2 for 3. His last time up would hit RBI double. 0-1 delivery. Gets away from the catcher, Trent Bauer, right between his legs. And Ryan Orr easily gets over to get a base off of the pass ball. Michael Diffley, the San Diego State product on the season for the Kalamazoo Growlers. Having a solid year, batting .297, has 10 RBIs. With the runner in scoring position now, looking for his 11th. 1-1 pitch, swung on, popped up. Foul territory right side, out of play, and the bounce is between the two grandstands that are split into 3 here. Grandstands on the right, grandstands on the left, and then, of course, club seating here right in the center. It's kind of interesting. There's like club seatings on both the left and right side, but there's bleacher seating that sit beyond the what would be club seating in Green Bay. Interesting ballpark. Pretty place as well. Kind of can see the skyline of Kalamazoo as well over the right side. 1-2 pitch. That one runs high and wide. And then evens the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frogs have a 3-1 lead at the bottom of the 8th inning. Michael Bolke is still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Looking to try to complete out this eighth frame for the Frogs and let the closer come in and get the Bullfrogs a victory. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, a line drive to the center field, base hit. So now with no outs on the board, runners at first and third, and the go-ahead run would be at the plate. Tying run now at first as Bolke finds himself in really his first bind of the night. Has only allowed more than 1 base runner 1 time all game. Previously, he hasn't faced more than 4 batters the entire night. Besides that 5th frame, when the Kalamazoo Growlers managed a run. Trent Bauer gives the signs to his infielders. Dan Leckie over at third, playing just off of the third base grass. Shortstop and second baseman playing normal depth. First pitch that Jack Duffy sees is swung on and fouled straight back into the club seating, where the man makes the barehanded grab and gets the nice round of applause from the fans here. An 0-1 count after the foul off. Trent Bauer throws off the mask and ran all the way to the backstop netting to try to grab that one. And Jack Duffy stands back on. Bullfrogs find themselves in a bind. Can Bolke get out of it? Deals in the 0-1. Shows bunt. Lays it down. Bolke has it. They're going to score a run. Go to first, not in time. A perfectly placed bunt by Jack Duffy. And this Kalamazoo crowd comes to life. And the Kalamazoo dugout does as well. They come out to meet the runner that comes across to score, as now the press box is shaking from the fans that are stomping their feet in enjoyment. Chris Sabo is going to come out to the mound and relieve Michael Bolke. He pitched a phenomenal game for the Bullfrogs. Give him credit. It was a bit of a stretch to try to send them back out there in the 8th inning after he had pitched 7 complete. Was at a 93 pitch count coming into the inning. They elect to send them back out there, and a run comes across for the Kalamazoo Growlers. Now a 1-run game, 3-2. There's runners at first and second, and it'll be Jake Esp who comes out to relieve Michael Bolke. We're going to step aside. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site. Whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines, they'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service, Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at Oconto Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The Oconto Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. New pitcher out on the mound for the Frogs is Jake S. S, the right-handed pitcher out of Villanova University on the season for the Bullfrogs, has had some success, but he's also pitched some innings that he'd probably like to have back. Coming into the game for the Bullfrogs, Jake S has a 4.10 ERA, a 1-2 record with 1 save, and has walked 18, striking out 23. Right-handed hurler is a normal starter for the Villanova Wildcats. Well, not really a starter, but a reliever. And appeared in 21 games this past season through 14 strikeouts. Posted a 4.28 ERA and a 2-1 record. Due up is Connor Hollis. He digs in with runners at first and second. First pitch to him. Fastball that runs high, 1-0. Connor Hollis on the night 0 for 2 with a walk all the way back in the first. Last time up, popped up to the second baseman. Runners at first and second take large leads. The runner at first not being held on. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Evens it up 1-1. Connor Hollis trying to send that one out of the park. Huge swing. The shortstop digs in, and the Homer Stryker Field crowd gets into the game. Hollis out of the University of Houston digs in. Throws his bat down on home plate and waves it around his head. Esp comes set. Checks the runner at second. The 1-1. Shows bunt. Pulls it away. It was low in the dirt, and it's a 2-1 count now. This is the 12th appearance on the mound for Jake Esp, the Sugar Grove, Illinois native. His last time out would receive the win. He pitched 2 2/3 innings against the Lakeshore Chinooks. Allowed 2 hits and 1 earned run. Checks the runner at second, the 2-1. Swing and a miss, evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake S. back in high school was named the 19th best right-handed pitcher of Illinois. Solid player. Had a great season this past year after a shaky freshman year with the Wildcats. The right-handed pitcher comes set. Checks the runner at second, deals in the 2-2. Swung on, slicing ball right side, foul. A well-hit ball by Connor Hollis just kind of slices underneath of it. Looks like it might go fair, but the spin on the ball sends it right up that foul line, and the runners were going to both score easily. The tying run stands on second, the go-ahead over at first, and all the momentum has swayed into the Kalamazoo Growlers' way, and it's hard not to, especially with the electric crowd tonight in the Growlers' favor. Jake Asp comes set. Checks the runner at second. The 2-2. Swung on. Line drive right field. Base hit. One run's going to score for the Growlers. Or is it? Yes, it will. They tie up the game 3-3. An RBI single for Connor Hollis. An impressive throw from Kyle Bino out into right field. It looked like it was going to be an easy base hit for the Growlers there. But the liner, or rather the rocket of a throw from Kyle Bino on target. Trent Bauer nearly had an opportunity to lay down the tag. The run comes across in a 3-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Runners at first and second make it 4 hits in a row for the Kalamazoo Growlers. Michael Diffley comes across to score on that base hit, and Ryan Orr came across on the last one. Still no outs on the board. Matt Kohler, the left fielder, digs in. He's 0 for 3. Left-handed hitter awaits. Shows bunt, lays one down. Pops it up, diving to third baseman, but can't make the play. Dan Leckie tracking over, laying out to try to snag that one. Not a pretty bunt from Kohler. Showed it off the start. Lands foul. The Bullfrogs in an absolute bind. They've been in control all night, but struggling here in the bottom of the 8th. Michael Bolke was called in to come back in and pitch the 8th inning as well. And there's an 0-1 count now. Asp deals in the 0-1. Shows bunt again, but pulls it away because it's high. 1 ball and 1 strike now. No outs on the board. There's runners at first and second. Bullfrogs tied up here. Searching for victory. They've lost 2 in a row, or swept by the Bombers. Asp checks the runner at second. The 1-1. Shows bunt again. Lays it down the third baseline. Another good bunt. Leckie has it. The throw to first is not going to be in time. Elects not to throw it over. Doesn't want to chance it. But it loads the bases. Sticky situation for the Frogs. No outs on the board. We're tied up 3-3. Coming into the inning, the Frogs were out hitting the Kalamazoo Growlers by 4. Now have been out hit 10-8 as make it 5 hits in a row now for the Growlers. All singles. Bases juiced. Andrew Huff digs in. First pitch to him. Fastball high. 1-0. And it's really not the fault of Bullfrogs pitchers. There's been 2 perfect bunts put down against Jake Asp. Nothing he can do about it. The 1-0. Swung on. Sliced back into the netting. A 1-1 count now. The Kalamazoo Growlers coming into the game were also on a 2-game losing streak. Had lost their second game against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders in their last game against the Rockford Rivets. 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1 count now. The last thing the Frogs want here is a walk. That would score a run. Bases loaded. No outs on the board. Bottom of the 8th. The 2-1. Swung on. Popped up foul. Right side. Evens it up. 2-2 now. The stadium has come to life. An absolutely electric feel here. Packed house. A sellout crowd. Superhero night. Saturday night. Great night for baseball. There's a 2-2 count. No outs on the board. We're tied up 3-3. Jake Asp. The 2-2. Just misses wide. A full count now. A full count. F steps off the rubber, adjusts his hat, can feel the pressure. The crowd adds to it, stomping their feet. A full count. Bases loaded. S deals the payoff. Swung on. Line drive to center. Runner at third tags up. The out is made. Throw from center field is not going to be on target. And the Kalamazoo Growlers take a 4-3 lead. Not the worst thing at all that Jake Asp could have done there. Runners at first and second have to stay. So now the Bullfrogs can kind of breathe a little. Yes, they now trail 4-3, but with an out on the board and runners at first and second, they have a double play opportunity to get them out of the inning and give them a little bit of life going into the ninth. They trail 4-3 here, bottom of the eighth inning. Jake Asp out on the mound, and Jason Sullivan digs in. He's 1 for 3. Runner off from second. He's going to get to third easily. Jake Asp didn't see him there, had a perfect jump. As the Kalamazoo Growlers now with a near perfect inning. 3 runs have come across now. The most recent, the sac fly off of Andrew Huff. Runners on the corners now after the stolen base. And Sullivan stands back in. The designated hitter got a base hit his last time up in the 7th. Epps checks the runner at first. The 0-1. Shows bunt, lays it down the first base side. But foul. It might have stayed fair, but the base runner interfered with it and hit it right of that first base side. Or it might have hit off the lip. Large lips here off of the infield grass. Chris Sabo not a big fan of it. Talked about it before the game. He was really frustrated, in fact, with just how large it was. It can make some funky bounces. With that said, Esp ahead in the count now, 0-2. Runners on the corner. Leggy stands just off of the grass on the third base side. The 0-2. Swung on. Slicing foul ball into the stands. Sullivan stays alive. Bullfrogs on the second half of the season sit at 3-10. Or 3-11 after last night's loss. They've been in most of those losses. 0-2. Runner off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Runner gets to second safely, however. Two outs on the board now after S deals in a strikeout. 2 runners in scoring position, however. And Jeff Riedel digs in. Riedel, he has a multi-hit day. He's 2 for 3. Frogs trying to get out of this inning now with 2 outs on the board. All the infielders at normal depth. Jake Asp, the Villanova product, stands in. Kicks the leg, the first pitch. Swing. And a foul tip. Right back into the backstop netting. And it's an 0-1 count. Esp gets ahead. If the Bullfrogs can get out of this inning down by just 1, it would be a success. 3 runs have come across for the Growlers already. 2 more standing in scoring position. The 0-1 delivery. Fastball in there. Nice pitch from Jake Asp. Had a little spin on it. Might have even broke at the last moment. Riedel goes down to the count 0-2 now. Jake Asp maneuvers the ball around in his right hand behind his back hip. The tall, lengthy Villanova sophomore comes set and deals in the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Drop strike 3. Bauer picks it up. The throw to first on target. Out number 3. Bullfrogs leave 2 stranded, and we go to the 9th inning with the Frogs down by 1. Not a bad showing at all from Jake Esp out on the mound. He'll be frustrated with himself because 3 runs come across, but it could have been a couple of more. The Bullfrogs have seen themselves just absolutely collapse after giving up runs late in games, but that time they keep their composure. Yes, 3 runs come across, but Esp leaves 2 stranded. That'll do it for the 8th frame. Stay tuned for the 9th. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin. Every Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Hello and welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The sun has finally disappeared out of the horizon. 9:45 local time here. And the Bullfrogs trail the Kalamazoo Growlers by 1. 3-4. The Growlers put 3 runs across in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Bullfrogs scored 1 in the top of the 1st, 1 in the top of the 2nd, 1 in the top of the 7th inning as well. That's how they got their 3. The Kalamazoo Growlers would have put a run across in the bottom of the 6th inning. And then that 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning give them their 4. The Frogs look to rally. They trail by 1, and due up for the Bullfrogs will be Mikey Folia. The 3-hole hitter on the night is 0 for 4. His last time up hit into a double play. The time before that struck out looking. Folia is due. He's a good hitter for the Bullfrogs, batting above 300 this season. And a few nights ago managed to go 4 for 4. The first pitch to him. Swung on. Fly ball deep to right field, but it's foul right side over towards the concession stand. 0-1, Folia goes down. New pitcher out on the mound for the Kalamazoo Growlers. It will be Talcott. Talcott on the season, a 3.20 ERA. In 25 innings, 19 strikeouts. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, sliced away, foul right that time. So Folia just a bit behind both of those pitches. Both well-hit balls there from the right-handed hitter out of UC Irvine. Folia stands in. Talcott comes set. Righty. Rocks back, sends in the 0-2. Swung on. Grounded left side that time. Foul. Ahead of that one. Folia's found away the first 3 pitches he sees. Walter Talcott out of Earlham College. The sophomore has been having a good season for the Growlers. Looking for the save. The 0-2 pitch to Folia. Swung on and fouled away. Make that 4 straight fouls off. Foul-offs from Folia now. Walter Talcott just 5'9", 190. Short and stocky, but gets the job done. 3.19 ERA, 3 saves on the year. Is 0-2, however, on the year. 0-2 delivery. Fastball runs low in the dirt, and Folia gives one back. 1-2 now. Both teams coming into this game on a 2-game losing streak. Both teams have lost 7 of their last 10. Folia patiently awaits. Talcott comes set. The 1-2. Swung on. Found a way left side over into the dugout of the Bullfrogs. So he stays alive. Steps out, stares down his bat. Gives a practice swing and stands in. 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mikey Falia trying to get a hold of everything. In fact, throws his bat by mistake. Loses the grip on it, goes all the way back into the backstop. 1 away. Alex Pinner now digs in for the Bullfrogs. Pinner on the night is 0 for 3. His last time up would go down swinging. The switch hitter out of Scottsdale Community College, the JUCO All-American, digs in. Recent commitment to Mississippi State. Talcott sends him the first pitch. Swung on. Fly ball into shallow center. Could be trouble. The shortstop gets underneath of it, though, and it makes the over-the-shoulder charge. Or rather, grab. Connor Hollis out there at shortstop, tracking way back into center. Jeff Riedel must have not seen it off the bat. Kind of late getting to it. Nearly fell into the Bermuda Triangle, but misses. And Kyle Bino digs in. The last hope for the Bullfrogs. 2 away here, top of the 9th inning. Frogs trail 4-3. Bino on the night has had a good one. He's 2 for 3 with the solo shot. Can he do it again? First pitch to him. Runs inside for a ball, 1-0. Kyle Bino with a double back in the third, was walked in the 5th. Got an RBI in the first. Done it all. The 1-0 to him. High and inside, 2-0 now. Standing on deck for the Bullfrogs is Dan Leckie, who last night would be your Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game. Bino trying to be it tonight. The 2-0. Swung on. Fly ball deep to right field. Jack Duffy has a read on it, though, and the Kalamazoo Growlers get the win. A 3-run comeback victory in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Kalamazoo Growlers break their 2-game losing streak. The Bullfrogs now on a 3-game skid after they lose another late lead. Going into the 8th inning, they led 3-1. 3-run bottom of the 8th inning is the difference, where the Kalamazoo Growlers would string together 5 hits in a row, including 2 perfect bunts that would give them the victory. Tip your hat off to Michael Belke. Pitched an absolute great game tonight for the Frogs. However, he is credited for 2 of those hits, runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Frogs lose here in Kalamazoo 4-3. They're out hit 10-8. And the Bullfrogs lose their first game of the season against the Kalamazoo Growlers. They are now 3-1 against the Growlers. We'll do it again here tomorrow at 3:05. Pre-game show to start at 2:55 local time. That's 2:05 in Green Bay and 1:55 Central Standard Time. Stay tuned until then, or rather stay tuned for now, because when we come back, we're going to have the post-game show. I'll give you the scores around the league. I'll give you final thoughts on the game, and I will give you the in-depth box score, including the player of the game. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Wisconsin law requires all youth athlete organizations to educate coaches, athletes, and parents on the risks of concussions and head injuries. The law prohibits participation in a youth activity until the athlete and parents have signed an agreement sheet indicating they have reviewed concussion and head injury information materials. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction has published a Sideline to Safety Guidelines for youth athletic organizations. Visit the WIAA website to learn more at www.wiaawi.org.
Hello and welcome back to Kalamazoo, Michigan here at Homer Stryker Field. The Green Bay Bullfrogs lose tonight 4-3 to the Kalamazoo Growlers. They're out hit 10-8, both teams with one error on the night. Losing pitcher for the Bullfrogs, Jake S. Winning pitcher for the Kalamazoo Growlers. We'll get to that as soon as we get a look at the in-depth box score. Let's give you your scores around the league. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors beat the Kenosha Kingfish 3-0. That's the first game of their doubleheader. The second game of that doubleheader is currently in the bottom of the seventh inning, where the Raptors lead 8-0. The Eau Claire Express in the top of the ninth inning lead the Bismarck Larks 9-2. The Wilmer Stingers have a 5-2 victory over the La Crosse Sloggers. The Thunder Bay Border Cats, they lose to the Waterloo Bucks 3-8. The Mankato Moondogs, they beat the Duluth Huskies 3-1. The Madison Mallards are currently trailing the Wisconsin Woodchucks 6-7. That game in the bottom of the sixth. The Mankato game was actually in the bottom of the seventh, and the Border Cats game is actually in the bottom of the eighth. My apologies. The Battle Creek Bombers are trailing the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders 4-5 in the bottom of the eighth inning. The St. Cloud Rocks currently tied up with the Rochester Honkers 3-3 in the bottom of the seventh. The Rockford Rivets, they have a 3-2 lead, or rather just one final, a victory over the Lakeshore Chinooks. And your final here in Kalamazoo, 4-3 in favor of the Growlers. Let's take a look at the box score presented by the Knight family. The Green Bay Bullfrogs took a 2-0 lead in the game early, scoring runs in the first and second inning. They would put another run across in the seventh, and the Kalamazoo Growlers put a run across in the bottom of the fifth. So the Frogs led 3-1 in this game going into the eighth, but a 3-run bottom of the eighth inning, which included 5 hits in a row by the Growlers, would be the difference, and they win 4-3. Winning pitcher on the night is Hayden Brosher. Your losing pitcher is Michael Bulkey, and the save goes to Walter Talcott. Troy Johnson on the night went 3 for 5 for the Bullfrogs, had runs scored and an RBI. Willie Bourbon went 1 for 3 with 2 walks. Mikey Falia 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. Alex Pinner 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Kyle Bino went 2 for 4 with a run scored, 2 RBIs, and a walk. Dan Leckie 0 for 4 with the hat trick, 3 strikeouts. Ben Hart would go 2 for 4 tonight with a run scored. Trent Bauer 0 for 4. Richie Tecco did not get to complete his at-bat as he was injured. Riley Smith would come in to pinch hit for him and then take his position at shortstop. He went 0 for 3 with a walk. Troy Johnson managed 2 doubles tonight. Kyle Bino managed a double and a home run. Alex Spinner was hit by a pitch. Troy Johnston and Kyle Bino are responsible for the 3 RBIs. Kyle Bino with 2, Troy Johnson with 1. Ben Hart and Riley Smith both managed stolen bases tonight. 11 runners left on base for the Bullfrogs. 6 left on base for the Kalamazoo Growlers. That would be the difference. Losing pitcher Michael Bulkey pitched 7 complete frames, allowed 8 hits, 4 earned runs, would walk 1 and strike out 1. Jake S. would come in and pitch the last inning, the 8th inning for the Frogs. He allowed 2 hits and got the Frogs out of the frame, striking out 2. Your winning pitcher was Hayden Brosser. He pitched 1 inning, would strike out 1. Talcott pitched 1 inning. He struck out 1. That will do it here in Kalamazoo. The Bullfrogs again drop a game late. As I mentioned before, they have looked good throughout the second half of the season. They've been in nearly every single one of their losses, and it'll be a matter of time before they get back to their winning ways. Until then, stay tuned. My name is Nolan Knight. As always, it's a pleasure calling Green Bay Bullfrogs baseball. For Larry back in the studio, for all of the fans listening around the United States, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back here at 1:55 Central Standard Time, 2:55 local time. Till next time, peace.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music? The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dahl and Oconto and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Did you hear? We've branched into your living room. This is Beth Larson from the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. Our e-branch at snbt.com lets you manage your money 24/7 from the comfort of your home. Apply for loans, check your balances, and even open accounts. Don't waste another minute. Visit snbt.com now to take advantage of all the convenience of our e-branch offers from the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
That has been Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WOCO Stereo FM. Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Scatcherd, and Anderson, the NW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and Wits Piggly Wiggly. Also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing. Stay tuned for more Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on 107.1 WOCO Stereo FM. Have a great day.